And good evening and welcome back to the Coastal Conclave.
Echo. When you know you're important.
Cover the echo. Hello everyone, that was meant to happen.
Yeah.
It's in the run sheet.
Planned, it's on my run sheet, it says, get the audio wrong. Get some feedback happening.
Or if you're into echoes, get that audio right.
As you can see, with a quick glance at the screen, that we are 2 members down, largely because we've had we're all mostly from the Central Coast, our viewers. As you know, the thunderstorm has hit us quite hard, and a few of our houses are currently underwater, so good luck to Mitch and Katie on clearing those things out.
And hey, if it's not the weather, it's one of Australia's 2 telecommunications network just screwing the pooch. Let's hope you stay. Oh wait,
so last night, as you know, we missed our secrets because we had no internet anywhere. A lot of people were missing the internet, so that caused us a lot of problems too.
It sounds like there was something the telecoms wanted to keep quiet. Some of our secrets they didn't want to get out.
They knew who was going to be on it, and they were just like,
Hear me out here. Like I got to point to the board with the string.
Yeah, cannot allow that to happen. So, I will pass to Andrew to run through our announcements and sponsors.
Thanks, Luke. Well, welcome to stream again, as always. And yes, we have a couple of quick announcements to go through. The first, as always, is our wonderful friends at Eldritch Foundry, giving us our 15% off any custom-made full miniatures. Yep, that's why he wrote that there. Fun fact, Mike had no idea why he wrote that in his book when he opened it just before we started stream, but now he remembers why. But yeah, 15% off using the Sea Conclave 15 code on the Eldritch Foundry website. Go use their 3D builder to build the hero of your dreams, and use that code to get a sweet 15% discount when you purchase any single miniatures from their website. So that's a really good partnership that's been happening since the very start of the stream, and will hopefully continue to do so. So go support them, support us, as always. Our next affiliate, of course, is Roll With Advantage. Melbourne-based dice shop online, which all of us have a few dice sets, and quite a few dice sets from, and they are offering obviously the 12% off as usual, which, yeah, if you see the DM video there, you can see the, I think it was the Vesuvius
The one.
dice set, which is a metal dice set with...
Lovely for rolling 20s.
Yeah. Which happens.
Rolling our doom.
Replace that die.
So, 12% off. Go to their link in the descriptions and on our Facebook and socials. I think it's Roll With Advantage / The Coastal Conclave. Something similar to that. But if you go and check out the link in the descriptions and the socials, you can jump in there, register for your 12% discount, and then go nuts. The more you get, the more your 12% goes. So support them again, support us, and that would be greatly appreciated. The third one is, as always, we are continuing to work with Elemental Arcade, our local game store here on the Central Coast, who run a Dungeons & Dragons Wednesday night event where multiple DMs, community DMs, run different games. So there's anywhere from 4 to 5 tables running with 4 to 5 people on them. It's quite busy, quite loud, but also the atmosphere and the engagement there is amazing. Multiple things. Check it out. Go and support them. They're helping us out with a few things. And an important note to know is that they are actually moving store, which I think is happening this week. So if you go to their old address, you will probably find they're not there anymore, but don't fret. They aren't very far. They're literally 3 shops up closer towards this train station. I think their grand opening is supposed to be this weekend. Ooh. So check out their socials for that. And more D&D awesomeness that are going to happen there. And we'll be there.
We should go live from there.
We DM, and we hope to maybe go live from there at least once to help support them as well as help them support us. And before I shoot back to Luke, the last quick shameless plug, whatever it is for me personally, and I guess our friends over at Dungeons and Dragons Australia or D&D Ost. They selected me to be one of the guest stars on a one-shot they ran a Monday night called Baslag, The Trial. If I butchered that, I apologize. But if you go to N for Nelly, DND Ost, AUST, on Twitch, that video is up and is available for non-subscribers, so please feel free, go watch it, check it out. I play the drunken monk master, Kale Kaiser, and all of his drunken shenanigans, but we had a really good group, really cool story as well, some really great role-play moments, really cool combats and all that kind of stuff. So please go check it out, support them as well, and if you support them, they'll support us and all that jazz. So hopefully we'll get some good engagement from that. So thank you all, and check it out.
I will.
Thank you, Mike. Back to you, Luke.
All right, thank you, Andrew. So, as we have been doing as a custom, we'll go around the table so that new viewers can see who's playing who. We'll go in reverse order so Andrew can have a break for a moment, though. So we'll start over with Richard.
Hi, viewers. I'm Richard.
I'm very handsome tonight.
Wait, are you saying I'm not handsome other nights?
Yes, I am.
You know, you don't. You think it, but it's only when your DM tells you it that you really believe it. Hi.
Canon if the DM says it.
I'm Richard, yes. I'm going to bring you up every morning now for validation. Hi, I'm Richard. I play the Dark Elf Lolliputt, who is a bit of a rascal. He's a sorcerer. He's a shadow sorcerer. And he's just looking to make a connection.
Hi viewers, I'm going to do my best to impersonate Richard as I do my character introduction.
Is that only because Luke said I was handsome? Now you're trying to like...
My name is Mike, and as you would all know, because I play your favourite character, Faustus Delafay, regular old, boring, nothing to see here, elf, divine soul sorcerer, role-played as a priest of Eldith. He's a fabulous, handsome and charming. He doesn't have a moustache like this fella over here to my left, but is otherwise windswept and very interesting. Just let him tell you all about it. And I will throw to Erin.
Hi, I'm Erin. I play Isbel Winterflaw, the monk of Ioun, or acolyte of Ioun, and recently just joined this adventure.
She's here for the ride.
Yeah. Technically kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of just got grabbed off the street.
Hurried along, and she just kind of didn't protest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I guess this is my life now.
Yeah. Not much of an intro compared to these two, but yeah.
I'd love to see the adventure from her perspective, though. We've been having a great time, and she's just like, day 7 of my incarceration.
Maybe that's an idea for Arcane Recap next week. Except it's Cult next week, sorry. It's the week after.
If you're reading this, somebody send help.
Hello everybody, yes, I am Andrew, and I am playing, as many people call her, the Murder Hobo Chaos Monkey, known as Lilith, Her Majesty,
Double Princess,
the Empress Princess,
Empress.
The Empress, Empress. Yeah, she's a wizard blade singer, and likes killing things. Most of the time. Sometimes she likes to do more of the intellectual stuff.
But she's got heart.
Yeah.
When you say intellectual stuff, do you mean like mind killing?
Yeah. Yeah, she most of her damage is psychic, so.
Like her intelligence checks are just her murdering a problem.
Real good at math.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you team. That is our cast, and I am Luke, your friendly local dungeon master.
Looking also very handsome tonight.
Always.
Doesn't count if you say
You're
it.
not getting the initiative.
Please
Mike.
give me inspiration.
After inspiration since about 6:20 this afternoon. Right.
Or maybe since the 0th game. But
That's true. Inspiration.
Luke, you set precedents that you actually have to declare that you yourself are handsome for it to be true.
We can't do that. I tell my students not to say something unless it's true. So.
oh,
For anyone who would like a more in-depth recap of what happened last week, feel free to check out our socials, our Instagram and Facebook pages for the Arcane recap done by Lolliputt this week, our friend Richard over here. But a very brief recap that I'll go over now is that after tracking the artifact that we now know as Moanda's Blighted Heart to a curious clearing in the Venoran forest, the party discovered a strange tree bearing the same glowing green orbs as the creatures that had been attacking them in Ishvanor and in the forest on the way northeast. After some quick guarding, they discovered that the tree covered an entry into the Underdark. That is where we pick up a few hundred feet into our descent into the dark tunnels that crisscross the surface of Amar in a tangled web of passages.
I suggest that we don't provoke the Umber Hulk.
You don't feel bored.
Lolliputt proceeds to noisily use the arcane journal to recount the recap.
Lolliputt,
What?
it doesn't work out when you don't listen to me. I don't know why you haven't worked this out yet.
Oh, the thing. Okay. Okay, talk soon. Bye.
Umber Hulk, bad. Bad, very bad. You should know this.
No.
I pull out my arcane focus, just getting a little bit ready. Quarter staff in one hand.
So where I was, I've already moved back down away from the group. I've gone past the Umber Hulk, but I'm just holding about 40 feet down the other way, waiting to see what happens.
Because you're invisible at the moment, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm invisible.
On the other side of the Umber Hulk.
Yes.
And this is the only way we can proceed past the Umber Hulk?
Yeah, the tunnel is.
You believe so. You haven't really explored anywhere yet, but it was basically the straight down and then it curved off into the distance and you had the small tunnel.
Did you give him no?
No. I will go and do that in just 1 second. These are the only tunnels that you've noticed so far, yes. But looking around, you notice that Eleni and Ismir appear to have disappeared somewhere else
Oh no.
on their explorations.
Typical. Have you seen where they've gone? Did you notice?
Don't think I have.
I mean, I've got dark vision and I can't see them anywhere.
That's right.
Maybe they're up with Lilith.
Just keep the volume.
Oh, the Umber Hulk. That's right.
Try this, not to yell.
Well,
Do you have night vision?
No.
Dark vision? Okay, so you have a torch?
Nope.
Well, Ismir would have had the.
Ismir
he
had
had the.
Oh,
he had
gotcha.
the hooded lantern. But if he's wandered off, you've lost.
Well, no, so I suspect that you would have noticed that. So the torch or the lantern is probably with you, and that's allowed Ishmir to vanish into the
Maybe.
darkness.
Did Ishmir give the lantern to me?
Sure. You have the lantern.
Cool.
I don't exactly know how Umber Hulk vision works, but I suppose we should probably keep that low. Perhaps if we just turn the lamp down and, if you just, I don't know, hold onto my robe or something, we'll find a way through.
Can you see?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you two have dark vision?
I am an elf.
I mean, there's dark vision and then there's dark vision. They're not the two the same thing.
Yes. Well, when was the last time you went to an optometrist?
What's an optometrist?
It's a place to you go to get your eyes checked.
I don't think they have those in this.
Of course
time.
they do. Gnome, they make Oculus kind
Have to
of.
get their bifocals from somewhere.
We just slather healing potion onto our eyeballs. Isn't that what we do?
No, we're
Why
far
do
too
so many people
civilized.
have glasses?
I just thought it was to look cool.
No, I've never actually faced.
Isabel lowers the lantern light.
And I reach out a hand. So if you want to hold onto my sleeve or something.
Well,
Okay,
sure.
so can we see anything else, any other way to go that might
You
avoid?
make a perception check with disadvantage because none of you can see very far.
Excuse
So
me.
you-
Dark. I got dark vision.
I'm just down.
I mean, it's only 60 feet of dark vision, but so I'm rolling with disadvantage. Is that right?
No, just roll.
Yeah, it's a fail.
Yeah, Isabel can't see anything.
I mean, I can see stuff, but I rolled a 7, so I'm just not too interested.
No, Lolliputt is too excited and too distracted with the fancy arcane recap device.
Oh, look, it's got snake.
Well, look, really, we're in we're in its domain. So perhaps if we just respect the creature and just move past it, and if we have to fight, we'll fight.
You seem very nervous.
Yeah.
I've only heard stories of the Underdark, and none of them were good.
Oh,
I've kind of avoided it my whole life.
Don't worry. It's mostly just smoke.
Let's just stick close to the opposite wall. Far away from it as possible.
Don't touch any walls.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna
Not
go.
touching the wall.
Okay.
So I'm
Because I
gonna,
will kill you.
the walls will kill you.
Yes.
Would you like to touch the wall?
Can I tell if he's lying?
Please touch the
Make
wall.
an insight check. Well, you can make a deception or persuasion check, depending on what you feel like you do. And you don't have to tell anyone.
So the check. Well, I rolled an 11.
14.
It's a 13.
Ah,
Deception. I'm just.
I rolled a
joking
14
with you.
insights.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can tell I'm lying. I'm just. It's not the walls that will kill you. It's
Pretty
the
sure
things-
that he's lying, and the walls are very unlikely to
Unlikely.
automatically kill anyone.
Isabel will look at him, touch the opposite wall.
As she does that, I walk off towards Lilith, and as I throw a comment behind me as I do. It's just the things in the walls.
So we're gonna follow along the wall and stealthily try to get past the Umber Hulk.
Yeah, so we go ahead and roll stealth checks.
Our stealth check.
Lilith has already passed.
That's a fail.
You don't have any armor to do, so you don't fail.
Yep. I just kind of suck at it anyway, and I rolled a 4. Come on, beautiful dice tray. Why am I rolling so low with you?
18.
16. What were you signaling for me to do something?
No, sir. 18, 16, and
4.
Dead set fail. I got 5. I got 5.
Five.
5. It's a high 5.
So Isabel and Lolliputt make their way past fairly quietly, without disrupting too much of the loose terrain. But Faustus stumbles and goes to catch himself making a little bit of a noise, and there's an echo through the passages.
I try to avoid touching the wall after what Lolliputt had said, and that's what kind of like made me go, oh.
Make a dexterity check for me, please.
I see somebody fall, you can see this.
That's a 13.
13. Stumble, we managed to catch yourself without touching any of the
I feel like Will
nearby outcroppings from the wall. And you hear the digging and shuffling of the Umber Hulk down the tunnel stop. And there's a dead silence for a few seconds. And
Is that how an Umber Hulk
close to 60
looks?
foot away.
Like kind of this?
And you notice that, or Lolliputt mostly notices that it takes a few seconds and it looks like its head swaying from side to side, as if it's trying to pick up some more vibrations and sound, and then it goes back to its digging.
What?
It's digging,
Where?
is it?
Burrowing through.
I make forward motions, like tiger tanks. So we hit him. 3 line.
I think he means for us to go this way. Shut up. So just zip it. Shut. He's making it.
Isabel's walking.
I'm pretty sure that this means bearded teenage man in SWAT talk.
Means what?
Bearded teenage man. Bearded teenage man.
Oh, good to know.
My mistake, guys. It's not an Umber Hulk. It's a bearded teenager.
Just putting some SWAT talk out there in case we need to be accurate next time.
Yeah.
So,
How many bearded
Play
teenage
Pac-Man.
men are we likely to meet in this campaign? Just so I.
who knows? Who knows?
Bearded? What was it? Bearded?
Well, look, there's still question marks about Lilith's daddy.
And her father, too. Alright. Button him in his hat. Broke a light. That was one. Alright, so as we continue, The
Stealth
air carries a
three.
faint chill, heavy with a scent of damp earth and the peculiar, almost metallic tang of subterranean minerals. Soft echoes reverberate through the tunnels, as if the very stone itself is whispering secrets, lost to time. Sound is a strange thing here, often muffled and distorted, leaving one feeling both vulnerable and mesmerized. Impossible to tell how far away many of the sounds are coming from due to the echoed nature.
Are we kind of just proceeding down a single tunnel with that branch that was the Umber Hulk's egress and egress? I don't know, entry and exit. Is it just a single tunnel, or are there branches coming off it?
So far, it's just been the one tunnel with the branch for the Umber Hulk that's going that way, and one that was coming from the other side. So he's come cross tunnel.
Yep.
So I'm going to continue to follow Lolliputt, who has taken up point, with Isabel following, hopefully still holding on to my robes.
Yeah.
I'm going to push much further ahead if I can. Now that I've seen them get past the Amber Hulk, I'm going to go pretty much as far as I
So
can.
Lilith is off scouting ahead.
Is your invisibility still in place?
Yeah, blasting.
And we actually don't have any information about where you are, right?
Yeah, no.
You hear the odd snicker as people
Yeah.
stumble.
I mean,
forward.
people are saying, yeah, there was a couple of snickers, but then, I was throwing them
My
out too.
passive perception is 17 when I've heard her slap.
You would have to check.
I'm gonna be straight. I wasn't trying to be subtle about that.
You mentioned there was like odd echoes that we would find it hard to kind of place their origin. Can I do a perception check to try and place their origin?
Absolutely can.
That is a 17.
17. You can't really, ascertain or narrow down the exact location, but they feel as though they're coming or echoing up from below.
Okay. Alright, so Isabel, I'm going to do this. I'm going to speak at an audible volume just for the sake of our listeners, but you guys know that I'm whispering. Especially you know I'm whispering. So it seems like there is some sound. You can probably hear that odd sensation
Yes.
as we move through. It's coming from below us.
That makes sense, being the Underdark. Under.
I mean, I don't have to share information with you if you're going to be like this. I don't know. What does it matter? Is it the environment? Are you tense?
No.
Do you need a back rub?
You have seemed pretty
Probably, but
tense.
not from you.
Right.
You're just not my type of elf.
Let's just not be snippy, okay?
I'm just.
Isabel,
Yes.
the sound is coming from below us.
Yes.
Great. See that?
It was fine. It just seemed kind of obvious.
Isn't there a point where we go so far we can't go any more under? And wouldn't that be then surprising to find? You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I proceed ahead.
I sort of
my God.
kind of whinge after him. I suspect we aren't that far down yet, Lolliputt. We only went a little way. We're talking miles underneath the earth. We get to the bottom.
All right.
Lolliputt would be aware that while the elves of the Silver Vale typically float and live near the surface or in the forest of the Silver Vale itself, there are other civilizations that live far below ground, and it is an extensive and very deep network in the Underdark.
Long have I wanted to journey to the Underdark.
This is the dark elf.
I'm not a drow, okay? That's my friend. No.
So yeah, I feel Faustus with his years of knowledge and learning, whilst he hasn't got any sort of street smarts, as it were, in the Underdark, is perhaps well versed in stories and tales, myths and legends around the Underdark. So he's being a little snippy about it's coming from down underneath. I mean, that's all that's based in. It's kind of like, well, yeah, of course. He says.
You have heard of tales and legends of things living in the Underdark, but there's not a lot known about what lies beneath the surface of a mine.
How's my scanning going?
You have wandered off ahead, and the cavern begins to, or the tunnel you're in begins to narrow to a point where Lilith would have to duck and crouch down, and it is barely large enough to travel single file, and you find yourself squeezing through.
I'll squeeze.
Squeezing through. So, as the rough, uneven stone walls close in, brushing against your shoulders and forearms, you begin to smell a mix of strange smells that remind you a little bit of vegetation, perhaps a little bit of a rotting element to it, or a slightly different element, being that you're used to the smells of open air plants and trees and things like that. As you're winding through, how far are we going? As far as you need?
Yeah, I'm basically going to keep going until I hit a juncture.
All right. So, as you journey through that seemingly never-ending path of winding and curving rock, your world is reduced to a narrow, twisting corridor of obsidian black rock. The air is cool, almost clammy, and the only sounds are echoing footsteps that you can hear from behind, and strange scratching and rustling sounds that appear to be coming from the rocks themselves. But then suddenly, the tunnel bends and slopes downwards, and a glimmer of light in the distance catches your attention. It's faint. It's a faint ethereal glow, like the first rays of dawn peeking over the horizon.
I'll stop for a second. I will just go into my component pouch, pull out a copper wire, and knowing that they are behind me, I'll just send a message to Falsters and just whisper, "Gets really narrow up ahead, and I see a light. I'm just going to move to investigate, but I won't be too far in front."
It's one-way communication, isn't it?
This one is, yeah. Yeah, you can't respond to this one.
So I relay that information. Up ahead it gets narrow, and I'd just like to point out that Lilith messaged me.
Lolliputt tries very, very hard not to point out that caves sometimes get narrow. He's stewing.
Continues to point out the... Yes, so I'm pointing out the obvious. I'm just recounting what Lilith had told me. And we continue ahead following our esteemed guide.
Yes.
Lolliputt Lethenway, Underdark champion.
By the time we get to the narrow section, I'm like, oh no. This guy's just going to get a bit tight here. And I take off my colourful jacket. I turn it inside out so I don't kind of get too many tattered threads on it. As I start to kind of move through, trying to get as filthy as possible.
Oh, I don't like this, Isabel. Maybe you go first.
Well, for the sake of an investigation,
Can you do an acrobatics check for me, please?
Maybe.
Mark.
Yes, I can.
So you see Isabel just sort of disappear into the narrowed section as it curves, without even getting close to the walls. Clearance is easy as she contorts her body, displaying that to avoid touching to perhaps instant death walls.
Lolliputt says under his breath, swish.
So I'm going to wait for... so I would see... So Isabel goes through, but you can't see at the moment. So
Nope.
do you take up walking with Lolliputt then? Because I'm on the other side.
Yeah, she'll stick close to Lolliputt.
Okay.
Hi, Isabel. I can see you, but you can't see me.
Let me out, let me out, let me out.
So I don't like the idea of trying to squeeze through that space. So when they're not looking, I will use a Starlight Step to magically teleport through.
Starlight Step once.
To an unoccupied space I can see. Can I see an unoccupied space on the other side?
Doesn't it twist and turn?
Yeah, not really enough to be completely out of sight. So yes, you managed to do that, and suddenly, as if by magic, because Isabel can't see, Falsus just appears very nearby, within a few feet of you.
Oh!
Did you not hear me come through?
No.
Let's keep walking.
Would I have guessed he did something magical?
You can make an insight check if you like. Make a perception check, see where you go.
Yeah, of course.
That's my stuff.
How do we go?
23.
23.
Yeah.
Yeah, you suspect that Faustus might have pulled something out of his bag of tricks to get through.
Well, at least for a follow.
Lilith, you're approaching that light still. You head down that slope downwards, and the light seems to reflect off the surface, intensifying it, and then the tunnel opens up to reveal the entrance to a colossal cavern. Would you like to enter the cavern?
Oh, I'll scope it out.
Scope it out. So stepping out of the tunnel into the vast chamber, you can see, overwhelmed by the surreal scene before you. Towering twisted stone formations rise from the cavern floor like ancient sentinels. Their surfaces covered in luminescent moss and fungi, casting an otherworldly radiance, and that appears to be where the majority of the light is emanating from. These formations reach towards the high vaulted ceiling, lost in the dim recesses of the cave. But what truly captures your attention is the subterranean forest that blankets the cavern floor. Bizarre bioluminescent plants with iridescent leaves carpet the ground. The gentle radiant glow they emit bathes the entire space in a soft, eerie light, like the illumination of 1,000 fireflies on a moonless night.
I'll give it I'll find somewhere that's got a good view of everything,
Yep.
and then I'll just give it a bit of a scan.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
What's happening? That was a beautiful description, dear. Felt like we needed a musical flourish. Like,
Always nice when I get last period at school off.
17.
17. All right. So you find a spot not too far away. The cave that you've entered in is sort of higher up in it as it still continues to float out. Sorry, I just didn't pick water. And what you see is that it appears to be an underground forest of some sort. And in the distance, you do see a plume of smoke rising from what looks to be a campfire, which is hidden behind one of the massive stone monoliths that you can see. A 17. You also hear, carried on, echoing through, just a faint murmur of voices, an occasional crackling of the fire.
So stealthily again, I'm going to get the copper wire out and message Lolliputt this time.
stirring the pot.
And just be like, Lolliputt, when you get to the exit, I'll be nearby. There's giant bioluminescent forest, campfire, not very far into the cave beyond possible enemies. Be careful.
You see Lolliputt kind of just stop for a second, blocking the tunnel off. Okay. So,
Sorry, I wouldn't be invisible anymore, by the way. Because casting spell makes a drop.
Yes,
But
true.
I felt that. I felt that I don't need it anymore.
Lilith says that there's a large cavern actually in a underground forest coming up, and that there is a campfire. I think we're going to meet her not too far away from the entrance.
Right.
Did she see anyone nearby?
She said she saw a campfire, and heard some voices, I think. I can't remember if she said that. It was inferred.
Yeah, it was inferred that there was a campfire and there was big.
It wasn't it wasn't an underground forest fire. She definitely didn't say that.
Yeah.
Do Umber Hulks make campfires?
Yes. They know how to make tools. They have opposable thumbs.
They have a language.
They know how to commit financial fraud as well.
All ready for a country town lawyer to help out.
Yeah. You almost had me up until that last one, Lolliputt. You
When they exit, I'm
scallywag.
just going to be like sitting on a ledge nearby, just looking, dangling my legs.
Thinking about murder.
And yeah, I've got a knife and I'm just like picking out the crap underneath my nails.
So you come across this cavern scene as well, and then you just see Lilith sitting there doing dangling legs and picking out her fingernails.
Lilith.
Lovely.
Oh, you've decided to arrive.
The entryway, is it Sorry, Isabel.
It was a bit cramped in there, as you said.
Alright, I did warn you.
The entryway, is it like flush with the floor or is it above the forest?
It's above. Slightly above.
Okay. Slightly, you mean
Sort of
like 20 feet, 100 feet, smelly feet.
What?
Smelly feet, yeah. About 30 feet up.
Just a little bit. Okay. All right.
So with the bioluminescence, Isabel can now see, if only faintly.
dim light.
Dim light.
Dim light. So she's got dim light. We now count our dark vision as bright light.
No.
Which means it's normal.
Perhaps they're a friendly gathering, and we might just make our first, what's the word, allies in the Underdark.
We can't be too carefree down here, Faustus.
Come on. Isabel's right.
I have actually no idea what the Underdark's all about. It's just under and dark. I mean, is that the?
It is. So,
Is it super dangerous?
my house had many a book of the Underdark.
Mm.
Look, we had a whole section of our Manor's library devoted to tales from the Underdark. This place is, and I was fooling you guys before with the whole death wall thing. This place, though, will kill you. That's a fact. You remember that sewer that we found you living in?
Mm.
It's like that, only times 100. Not just in depth, but in nastiness.
That's a lot of nastiness.
Yeah.
Sounds like the bog caverns of. Anyway. Well, they could be friends, or what's more likely, you're thieves.
Yes,
Moving around this area, hooking up these little things from the cavern grounds. This seems like a pretty central area.
If they're making a campfire, they must feel pretty relaxed with not being found. I think their guard might be down.
Do we want to sneak up? Do you want me to sneak up
Oh, yes, of course.
and get a better gauge?
Yeah.
yes, and we'll just stay back,
If they've got any good food as well. let me
which
grab
we
a
will
bit.
ask for
Mr.
politely.
DM, I would like to recast invisibility.
I mean, if it's
So, but to give people an idea of what we're seeing.
if it's on the barbecue, I'm guessing it's communal.
Yeah, because they're blocking the camera stuff.
Oh, they may not feel very nicely about that.
Say, Lolliputt, can you speak Undercommon?
I believe. I will check my brain. I'm going to check it.
And I'm gonna
Check my brain.
I'm gonna move towards the thingy. Stealthily.
I actually can't remember what languages I speak.
Languages.
I speak Undercommon.
Languages. I speak deep speech and undercommon. There you go.
So, wow. Can you speak Undercommon?
No, he's from really far south.
Yeah.
Okay, we all can speak it except for
What I don't think I speak undercommon. What does it sound like?
Blasphemed. I say something in Undercommon.
Oh,
sort
no,
of like that.
that's not undercommon. That's our fun language, my secret language.
It's a well. No, last I checked that was Undercommon.
That's what undercommon is as well. Wow.
There
We had this-
There should be a.
We had this fun game in my house that my mum and I used to play, where
Oh.
we had this made up language and we'd tell stories in it, and that's what it sounded like.
Alright, so Lilith is invisible and approaching.
Yep. Do you want me to stealth check?
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
For listeners at
Invisible.
home, that was very important backstory.
What was it?
It's-
The bit about the underhogs and the
Okay.
financial fraud. Yes.
It's the exact same roll.
no,
It ends
learning
up being a
Undercommon at
19.
home
Nice.
with your mum. It's like, yeah, it's intrepid viewers. Pay attention to this Lolliputt Lethenway, character development.
So I once again cast an invisibility, and I sort of drop down into the cavern as quietly as possible, and you lose sight of me. I'm gone.
I'll take it easy. Have a drink.
Have a kick up.
You're not cute.
Break,
I
have a kick up.
take a perch on a rock and just sort of watch what's going on.
Alright.
Do we
so
see Lilith picking her way through?
She's invisible.
Lilith is invisible. So you've completely lost sight of Lilith.
Did the trees move as she's like...
What's your roll? 19?
19.
No.
Okay.
No signs whatsoever.
Pass without a trace.
Lilith
Wish I
slowly approaches the campfire, and as you approach, what languages does Lilith speak?
Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
You can hear voices, but you do not understand what they are saying. But you do come across a small group that are illuminated by their campfire, and there are a few different races present. There, you can see that there are some elves with dark skin similar to Lolliputt, one drow or one dark elf, a couple of orcs, and there is a human and a what appears to be a gnoll in some sort of cream-coloured robe. Shoot those again.
It was orcs.
Orcs, drow, human, and gnolls.
Gold.
And the knoll is in the cream colour? Or
Yes, the gnoll.
Creme.
Creme brulee.
Creme fraiche.
Creme. Clothes. How many? How many orcs?
2.
How many drow?
One. Or might be other one.
Creme fraiche on that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, actually.
So five total around.
Yes.
5. Yep. Okay. I'm just gonna sit there for probably a minute or two just to see what's the vibe of the camp. Like, they're obviously alert, or do they seem a bit relaxed?
You can see that one of the orcs appears to be on watch, but they're fairly relaxed. They seem like they're relatively.
They got one guy watching,
safe.
but the rest are all like, we're good type thing. Okay. Do I clock, I guess, Moanda's Black and Heart or anything of note in the group?
Can you make a perception check?
I will try. Nope.
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 No idea.
So just look a couple minutes and then start heading back. And when I feel like I'm far enough away, actually no, I won't cast a spell because I'll lose the invisibility. I go all the way back to the group, and then you guys just hear a disembodied voice. I'm just like, there's an interesting group of people over there, just out of nowhere.
I'm going to roll to see if I'm scared. I think I am. Ha! I say quietly.
Volstis is jumping at shadows.
And I was like, what are you doing, Volstis? I'm over here. I'm on the other side of you.
Please tell me every time you talk you just change words.
I'm walking around.
I suspect we wouldn't have such luck, but did you happen to spy the artifact that we're seeking?
No, they seem pretty relaxed, but they don't have anything on them that was of note that I could see. Campfire was a bit weird. Positions were struggling. I couldn't get a good gauge. It wasn't really good purchase to get a good line of sight on what they were obviously doing. But I did clock 2 orcs, a drow, a human, and a gnoll in a cream-coloured tunic thingy.
Oh.
Did they look formidable? Ready for a fight, perhaps?
I mean, no, they
Please make
were.
a history check.
They looked like they were.
It was 20, and then it wasn't. That I don't even know why I'm looking for my modifier. It was so terrible. It's a 3.
Doesn't make any sense.
Cool. And then I mean, they've got one person on watch, and then the rest of them are just hanging around. If we could get close, we could take him down, or I could maybe do some sort of distraction to pull the person on watch away, and we could get the jump on him.
Did you hear any of their conversation? Could you get a read on?
I have no idea what they're talking about. I don't speak their languages.
Well, maybe if we get closer, at least one of us will be able to work out.
How far away are they from where we
They're
are?
about 60 feet from where you guys are perched.
Okay. Or I mean, this is. Oh, good. Well, we can't just attack these people. We're not criminals.
Suggesting we attack them.
Well, there's a number of ways we could approach the situation. We could introduce ourselves with,
Or
caution.
we could avoid them entirely.
We could avoid. Yes, absolutely, Isabel.
What if
that
they
is
have the
an
thing
option.
you guys are looking for?
Well,
Sometimes a good introduction is a good offense. I've heard that term.
well, perhaps.
What was that?
Sometimes a good introduction is a good offense, right?
Well, I mean,
I think defense is a good offense, and if we're being defensive, we need to be offensive.
Defensive is a good offensive, and you should be defensive when you're good communication is a good offense.
did you get a sense of who their leader was?
No idea.
Okay.
I can go check again. I've got time.
Please, because if you
And
can.
I'll go back.
If you,
I'm
cause
already gone.
if you can signal for me, I will use telepathy and read their mind to find out if they know anything about what we're looking for. But I'll wait for you to find out.
Do you want me to
Suspect.
re-stealth back?
Yeah, roll a stealth check and insight check on the.
That is significantly better. 25.
Alright, easily get back into the place.
And the inside check. +1. Yeah. 7.
It's impossible to tell, particularly considering you can't understand what they're saying.
Of course.
So these guys are on this side.
That's also
I was
They're
gonna
behind
suggest
the pillar,
Isabel
which is
come
why they're
with
so
you.
difficult to
Huh?
see.
Isabel, just
This
come
guy's
with.
on watch. These guys are
She's not invisible.
Is there an easy way for it to kind of like plot a path down from the ledge that we're on? Or will it require some sort of precarious climb?
No, it's easy enough to get down. It looks like it's a thoroughfare down. It's a steeper decline than the rest of the tunnel.
Like a bit of a goat
But
track?
it's fairly manageable.
Yeah. Alright, well,
So I return after a bit, and I'm just so.
you're going to find Lolliputt down at the bottom then.
Lolliputt.
Yep.
It's no go. It's no go. I have no idea what they're talking about. They all look the same to me. The orcs, the human, the gnoll. They're just people of this world, which is incredibly blamed.
Alright, well, thank you for trying.
Is there? I can get close again because I'm easily the sickest person here. Is there any way? Is there any way any of you can tether a mental connection to myself or something like that? Maybe I can talk telepathically to you and just relay what they're saying. I can hear what they're saying.
I'll read one of the drow's minds. I can do that from here. Just watch my back.
Alright.
And I'll use telepathy on
I've got like two
detect
knives
thoughts
and I'm framing him like this with the knives. I'm just like.
on one of the dark elves.
There's only the one dark elf.
Like he turns away, you're like,
No.
Now,
I feel like
so
the
if
equivalent
he
of
has-
fantasy marker.
That's not the right spell.
Detect thoughts, yeah.
Do you have to be able to see the creature? Because they are behind a pillar.
Requires no spell slot components.
Orange turn. One creature that you can see within 30 feet of you.
Pretty much.
Oh, I thought it said 60 feet. Why did I think it was 60 feet?
And they're also behind a pillar, so you can't actually see them. Although now they've been pointed out, you can probably see the orc that's on watch.
Have you got a special version?
Meow, 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 meow,
You
meow,
guys
meow,
are
meow.
on the
No,
check
bro.
costs version.
Yeah, so I can burn a sorcery point and double the range, which would give me 60 feet. But you're telling me I can't see.
Can't see the rest of the group. You can see the orc that's on watch.
I suspect that the orc on watch is not the leader. So,
you never know.
Lilith,
Mm.
how far would I have to go around to get in line of sight on the dark elves?
Like really close. That pillar is obnoxiously in the way.
Stop working together, you two.
No, I mean, true. see the map.
Yeah. It's right. That's actually where they are.
Yeah, so you'd have to go all the way over that side and then look in from
Yeah.
like that way, or all the way over here and look in that.
Okay. I won't worry about it.
Can you detect my thoughts?
I don't want to.
No, but like if I go over there and think about what they're saying, the words and stuff, you could then translate.
Like some sort of relay.
I will promise. Make it surface thoughts, and then you won't get everything else that's in there.
Okay.
You don't see it, but there's like. Although I feel like I have to perfect like the invisibility Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland, where you just see like the grin in the eyes, nothing else.
So, Lilith's currently invisible, so he has the same problem that Foster's can't see the target of the spell.
That's true.
That's great.
That is true. It is full concealment. I mean, yeah. I don't have anything useful.
Yeah, and unless the orc is going to think in common or speaks undercommon, I don't speak orcish.
I mean, I'll lose the invisibility, but I can message him specifically, and then when I try and draw him away, and we can capture him and then interrogate him.
Or we could just get closer for a second and listen to what they're saying.
That's true too. Both have merit.
One has significantly less exposure.
What's that? Yeah, getting him to come to us.
No, not making a violent action against this group just yet. Yet.
You just hear a raspberry. You obviously don't see it. It's just like...
It's not to say we're not going to stab them at any word. Just make another raspberry so I can tell what I'm looking at. It's not like we're not going to stab
And
them.
then
While this is happening, I'll reach out to the orc that I can see.
Alright. So he can make a wisdom save, is it, for the detector? Wisdom save. Alright. What is his wisdom?
Hopefully not very high.
My fancy D20.
The wisest orc there ever was.
he's actually the leader. 16 wisdom.
That's a 3 on his save.
Holy
So
It is not him.
Yeah, he doesn't make a wisdom save. Does he make it on the first contact?
No, you do two things with detect
you
thoughts.
can just do the original.
You can either just do surface thoughts,
yeah.
and then you can push deeper, and then they have to save for it.
Yeah.
So his surface thoughts come through to you, and it's more like, watch duty again. Bastards always put me on watch duty. There's nothing down here. We're safe. No one knows that it exists. And it's much the same as that. I'm not happy about being on watch duty. Again.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll push deeper.
Alright.
And since you already failed,
So it's reasoning, it's emotional state, it's something that moves large in its mind. Alright, so the orc, initially you see flashes of images of a drow and another orc in very fancy, well-made armour. That you get the feeling from the orc's thoughts is a chieftain of some sort. And that you see the chieftain hand over a box of some sort to the drow. And the orc believes that that's a very important box, and that the drow is going around and doing something with that box in the Underdark, but he's not entirely sure what. His job is mostly just to guard the drow.
so break off contact and share that information with the group about the. I didn't see anything about Moander's blighted
You didn't
heart.
specifically see the artifact at all.
So what we saw was something from the orc chieftain
Yeah.
be handed over to a drow.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that it's the drow here.
Nope.
It's just a drow. and that there's a box with something important. That said, we don't know who took the being. It could be the box, or it could be something completely unrelated.
Do you know how big it's supposed to be? Says a disembodied voice.
We do know because Arctic showed us a
Yeah.
holographic projection of it. Was it bigger than the box?
I go like this, but then you can't see.
No,
I pick up a rock.
The other was roughly fist.
This big?
A decent sized fist in size, and would probably fit inside that box, which was sort of about that size.
Well, yeah. I mean, the heart itself is could fit in almost anything. It's not much bigger than a good sized heart.
But you said that this drow in the orc's thoughts was also going around and doing something in the Underdark with that box.
Yes, the orc doesn't exactly know what was in the box or what he's doing with it. He's really just hired muscle.
So he's guarding the drow?
He appears to be, yes.
So the drow here is probably that person.
We can't know that for sure, but it's reasonable.
Why would he be guarding the person and not near the person he's guarding?
Well, in any case, if we get closer and you can eyeball the drow, you'll be able to tell.
This is
It's
true.
the same one.
This is true, yes. He did seem at ease, though, and suspected that they would come to no harm here in their camp.
They seem to be very incorrect on that.
Well,
So, surprise attack.
Nobody's
did I get a
around.
sense, DM,
You go like this, and you're like, where is
that
she?
they were, not to simplify it too much, but that they were goodies?
The orc believed it his duty that he was doing the right thing. So,
How many cats did he think about kicking in his thoughts?
How many puppies has he drowned?
He's
He's
what?
kitten.
Oh, he's a good guy.
Mr. Meow.
Was that
You've named him.
Mr. Miyagi?
Oh, that's a good name for a cat.
That is a really good name.
We definitely need to kill these people. They sound terrible.
Listen, I think we should definitely hold them for questioning.
Yes, let's just walk up to free sovereign beings in their own area, their own home, and then just
My friend Faustus,
yes.
is your memory so shallow you do not remember the restraining device I used when you fell down that tunnel mere, 20 minutes ago? An hour ago?
I mean, yes, the webbing is going to take forever to get out of my cloak.
Yes. But this could
We
be...
can attack,
I appreciate it.
and I can not kill people.
Well, they're clustered currently except for the orc. So what I'm suggesting, if we can get into position and I can get off a web attack to cluster them, to group them to begin with, hey, makes our job a little bit easier. We might find little resistance, if any, and is completely non-harmful to begin with.
So just incapacitate them, and as they writhe around in the web, kind of just tell them to surrender?
Yeah, yes, essentially.
Alright, well, the moment they start look like they don't give a shit, I'm stabbing.
Oh, nice.
To not kill. I will stab the legs. They don't need their legs. They don't need arms. Vital organs are in the torso.
I think we should let the sovereign creatures decide for themselves which of their limbs are optional or not optional to Lilith.
Also, I just stab and whatever gets in the way.
It's not how we do things here.
Maybe it should be.
Maybe, but if someone just cut off your arm, how would you feel about that?
I'd be very impressed.
Right, this is getting so yes, Lolliputt, that sounds like a fair plan. I suspect they will not enjoy being restrained, but perhaps if I can see the drow, I can delve into his mind. That might help us understand more what's going on here. And we also have the option of not drawing our weapons, not taking any lives.
We'll see.
Where do you sit in all this, Isabel? We haven't fought. Well, we have fought with you. You got eaten by that plant last week or yesterday.
Yes.
It was an abomination.
I do believe that non-lethal means I am not completely against peace or violence. I'm in the middle. I say we restrain, and if it comes to it, gesturing to wherever she heard Lilith last.
Other side. I
I put my arm around Isabella and I say,
am intentionally just walking around the group.
welcome to the fence, my friend. Are there any other tactics we want to employ? Web's a good start, but
I'll
it's
just
not
keep
foolproof.
nearby. You yell out if you need me to do anything. Otherwise, I'll stay out of it.
No, don't. I don't want you to be passive. Just don't kill anybody.
I wasn't going to kill anybody.
I'll stay.
All right, you say that like
Worst
it's.
comes to worst.
You say like it's a given. It's not a given.
Right.
It's a good day.
What are you doing?
It's a good day
There's a
if
pause
she
there like you did
doesn't
something.
There's a pause. It's just like, rah.
Okay, so are we all happy with that plan? Will we get in position? I'll take
I'm
initiative.
taking a closer position to the group if you're man doing other stuff.
Yeah.
So you're going to be the face, yeah?
Oh, I'm going to web them from a bush, if that's what you mean by face.
So then I'll just walk out and be like, hey, and then read their minds.
Once they're webbed.
So you chuck me.
Well,
I'll be with you.
Probably
I don't really feel like you should go.
could
Well,
I get
I'll,
past
I'll
and
stay
be
back.
like
You can be the
over here?
voice.
Yeah.
You speak for
Over
us.
there, I want to try and sneak past.
Sorry, Foster.
Try and get behind
Are
them.
you uncomfortable with the plan?
I'm just unsure about after we web
Just
them.
chuck Edelin.
I need to be able to see the
Push
drow to read his
up on
mind.
Well, they'll be webbed, so you can just pop out and be like, diddly doo.
That's okay. Fine.
So Lilith has once again disappeared off into the darkness.
I can do that.
And Lilith, you'll.
You say that you're like, look,
Know it?
look. The owl, which is not invisible, has kind of jumped up to a higher ledge and just goes.
It's a very quiet who. It echoes. One.
Yeah.
Our cover is
What was
blown.
that noise?
Does the Underdark have owls?
Quickest way to be made. Wait a second. There's no owls in the yeah. So he just goes, oh, don't worry about it, it's an owl. And then the other person just goes, hang on a second.
Wait a second.
There's no owls in the Underdark.
That's just an under owl.
An under owl.
Yeah.
Alright. So what is our plan?
Getting close. Web them up.
Alright, so we're trying to sneak in.
Trying to sneak in.
Alright, go ahead and roll stealth checks.
With advantage.
Already done. Nope. Let's see how the orc goes with his perception.
Is it a group check?
It is.
I got 11.
On the orc's perception.
I have a 14 plus 6, dirty 20.
Nice.
That was a 19.
At one point, the orc gets up and sort of moves down and around the pillar in the general direction of the group, thinking that he's seen something, but he's unable to make you out in the area and heads back to his post, unaware that you are approaching.
Does the orc have a beard?
Oh,
Does the orc
no.
have a beard?
Sure.
I make the signal for
No.
bearded young
Young orc.
orc.
So how close would we like to get?
Close enough that I can see the party around the campfire. So my plan is to block to drop a web on the biggest cluster of those.
That would be if you went this way with the orc and the gnoll.
Okay.
So do
So
that.
yeah, so the web will do a 20-foot cube. How many will I get in that if I'm trying to be
Cube.
as efficient as possible?
All of them, really.
Nice.
Nice.
Sorry.
Cast it.
Nice.
You just missed the drow.
Oh. The one important asset.
Confirm.
Could I omit someone else and get the drow instead?
The human?
Yeah, who cares about humans?
The plan is going to shit. The plan is going to shit.
Googly, googly, it's all gonna
You're just sweating like Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Let's see. You would probably miss the 2 orcs to get the drow. But you would get the gnoll, the other human, the drow, but you wouldn't get the 2 orcs.
I feel like not getting the 2 orcs is.
So I'm probably not going to know this. So I'm proceeding with the plan.
Oh no.
So where Lilith is that closer to the drow?
Yes.
Great. I'll trust Lilith. I don't know she's going to be there actually, but I've got my faith that she's a floater.
You end up getting Lilith in the net.
That's what we always say
She's
about
somewhat
her.
important.
She's a floater.
You could angle that so that we would still technically be approaching.
So, sorry. Just to be to restate my intention, I'll focus on the biggest cluster that would get the orcs, everyone else, and omit the drow, and just hope that Lilith is picking up my slack.
Sounds good.
Alright, so you also miss the human. She's tucked under the Lilith as well. So you get the gnoll and the 2 orcs. But miss the drow and the human.
Okay. So, so I'm either way. I'm missing 2 people.
Yes. They're just spread out enough.
Well, if the drow needs hired muscle, then might not be that strong.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I think maybe we pin down the muscle and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
As we're kind of getting close and I'm about to pop off the spell, can I hear anything more from what they're conversing about?
You can pick up snatches of conversation. It's not a full-on conversation. There's just a few words here and there. And you overhear that there are 3 more sites that they need to secure and seed.
Mm-hmm.
And then they will be returning back into. They will be returning home.
Do they talk about where their home is? Any names or?
Do not.
Okay.
The best laid plans.
There's my first contact with the enemy. So let's just roll them dice. I conjure a mass of thick, sticky webbing at the point of my choice, within range.
Hear Lilith laughing.
Some deck saves then. Then we'll roll some initiative, but we'll get the deck saves out of the way first. So.
And I was preparing to read his minds once they're been webbed.
So, a natural 1 and 2 4s. So I'm going to say that they all fail. So they're all webbed. Creatures restrained. Alright. Journey's turn must make a deck save. Alright. So they're currently restrained by web as a magical web appears out of thin air and traps the orcs and the gnoll guard. The gnoll in his fancy cream robes. And falsus.
I come around this corner, revealing myself, and immediately cast Detect Thoughts without saying anything. Trying to be like,
Thoughts.
super like a roan. Yeah. It's like.
So their surface thoughts are, what the hell is that? Where did it come from? And they look up around the ceiling as if they're looking for sparks.
It's straight for deep thoughts, and so I don't care about surface thoughts.
Alright, on who?
The drow.
Drow. Where's my drow? There she is.
They're so gross, we can't stop eating them.
That is a 15 on the save.
Which totally fails, right?
Let's check versus character sheet, shall we?
No, it was a 15, so.
So managed to resist that that push and looks straight in your direction as that she feels that invasion in her mind.
Oh, she.
So We shall roll initiative
Yeah.
Don't flirt with the drow.
just to get the numbers down. And let me go through and run my stuff quickly.
Could we
I can already tell you what my.
abstain initiative if from behind one of the arms is grabbed, pinlocked, and then dagger is placed down her neck as little de-invisibles?
She's just a spy from Team Fortress 2.
Okay.
Make an attack roll, and I can see how quickly she can do it.
That is a 24.
Woofka.
So you do manage to secure and grapple and place your weapon at her throat.
I wouldn't be moving if I were you.
So
They're
you
still the human, right?
can make an intimidation check if you like. That's on the drow.
Yeah.
Grappled.
Terrible.
She lets out
It's a
a
nine.
soft chuckle, saying, "Are you sure? Are you sure you want to do that?"
So I'll just go, yes? Why would I not be grabbing
She
you?
disappears and Misty steps over you.
I counterspell.
Nuh-uh.
She's not going to fuck it anyway.
Now we have to look at mechanics here because it's an ability and not a spellcast.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Then no, I can't do it.
But I mentioned it as a spell, so go ahead and
Yeah.
we can roll, or we can do the counter spell.
The counterspell is just verbal,
Yeah.
so I can do it without anything. If I see her try and start to do anything, a quick string of arcane words, and she jaunts in me, and I pull her in even tighter, and just go, You didn't say the magic word.
How that ability is going to work in future and not call it Misty Step. That was it.
Yeah, if it's the face step ability that makes them cast Misty Step, then I can counter it. But if it's the new face step ability, then it doesn't. I can't counter it
Alright.
because it's an ability. Maybe this one casts Misty Step instead of using the face step ability.
We will roll an issue though.
Okay.
Because she doesn't appear to be backing down.
Too easy.
Can Isabel take an action before?
She can. Because you snuck it. Who have I got?
Or the first nat 20 of the evening, ladies
Nice.
and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, Lolliputt Lathenway presents a nat 20.
Roll revenge dice, right?
Yeah.
What did I say about using off-brand dice?
I'm sorry. I just want to win.
I say using my TV guys.
We'll talk about this.
Alright, anyone 25 to 20?
Not 20.
22.
26.
Well, okay. No, if we're adding things to it, 24. But like nat 20. Kind of like
So
conversation.
Still first.
Lolliputt 24.
Because I rolled 17 on the dice.
What was Isabel?
4 on
20.
the gift of alacrity.
But this is a natural 20.
Doesn't matter.
It means I can do whatever I want.
What was Isabel? 22.
Powers.
22. Falstus?
I got 11.
11. So.
I actually think that's really disappointing about Baldur's Gate 3. When you get a critical success, you don't get anything additional for it.
I
It just
know.
goes critical success.
What do I get?
Sparkles.
Yeah, you opened that door really good.
Alright. So, Lilith will be first while I write down the rest of the order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Lilith is first.
I'm just going to try again. So I'm going to really get her in, dagger going in, drawing a little bit of blood, and I'm just going, you're not going anywhere, and I tell your friends to stand down if you know what's good for you.
Alright, see how she reacts on her turn.
Intimidation check.
Go ahead.
That's better. That is a dirty 20.
20. Lolly.
Alright, so I head towards my stricken victims, encased in web. Lilith, do you have her?
Yeah, I got her.
Alright. and I come towards it's 2 orcs and a gnoll.
Yeah, so
Is
there's
that
an
right?
orc up high, and then the other 2 are here. This is the knoll.
So as I kind of clear the trees, my hand is kind of like crackling with energy in an obvious threat. Now, boys, let's just all settle down. I'd hate for this thing to go off. Cool, right?
Yeah.
Sure, but
That's tabletop, not Faustus.
You intimidate or persuade, that's up to
Just
you.
laughs.
I still come around the corner.
If I'm holding the
Words.
leader, can I yell out and just be like,
Telepathy.
do what the dark elf says?
They look a
He's
bit,
got a
you
question.
have advantage. They look a little bit confused because there's a dark elf there and there's a dark elf there.
That's right, boys.
That is a
Light 'em
26.
up, boys.
26.
Yeah. This thing just tear through you like a hot dagger through roquet meat.
Butter
Did you
exists.
say rogue?
Does it?
Hey?
Yes.
Oh my god, I haven't had any button in weeks. I thought it was all just.
So they look confused. They're not really sure what to do, the guards.
Alright, I try my made up language from House Fenway because these guys have told me it's undercommon. And I say again, don't do anything stupid or I will kill you.
The drow's eyes snap towards you when you speak undercommon.
Hello there.
Hello.
Ça va?
Her eyes just narrow. You probably can't see that though.
Yep. Alright.
So, can I do a perception check maybe on the cluster there? Maybe I could see if I could pick out their weapons and disarm them while they're encased in webbing.
Well, sure. The orcs have axes, and the gnoll has a large great axe strapped across.
Can I remove them from the web?
Oh, you could try.
Thanks,
It's like sticking your hand in a cage.
Thanks, Isabel. But like, it's my web.
You'd have to make a dexterity check to get it to where we pull it out still.
Great.
You can do that if you like. So, you can get in, try and pull his axe off if you like. Why did I put columns in there? I can't stand anyone up.
That is a straight dex check.
It's a dex save.
Okay.
Because you're going into your own spell. Against your spell modifier. So it's your spell save.
All right. Okay.
Do you get caught in your own web?
Yes, I did.
Right, also restrained.
Surely I could just not concentrate on that bit.
Compartmentalized concentration.
That's right. I use my Relar.
That'd be a good ability.
So you get restrained as you step onto the edge of that web.
I meant to do this.
I'm going to end my turn there while still maintaining my really strong intimidation check, which, let's face it, is still there, because that was a 26. Okay? They're still thoroughly intimidated.
Wolves is just looking at you. Just
These the guards look suitably cowed. They don't look like they're likely to do
What's
much
the
with
human
their
doing?
boss. Her eyes are fixed firmly on Lilith and the drow over there. It's hard to read. You make an insight check if you like, but it's hard to read her body language in the dark.
Do I see any weapon drawn?
She has a great sword, a large sword. Yes.
was
It's for cleaning your teeth.
Isabel will point her quarterstaff, walk out from where she was and point the quarterstaff at the human. Stand down. If you do, there will be no harm.
The gnoll is just going to try and break the webbing, not actually attack anyone. And that's a 20 on his save, so he is not currently restrained.
Oh dear.
And he'll move out of the webbing that way. I was getting that out of the way.
Hey, I said not to move. I did an intimidation check on you.
But he does move away and doesn't move to attack.
You're in big trouble, mister.
But I get myself out of my own spell. I'm coming to get
God.
Yeah.
They all went out of it at the Lolliputt situation. Classic Lolliputt. The Drow woman motions for everyone to lower weapons and suggests that perhaps we can talk our way out of this.
And
You, in close range, and Isabel with the line you've got, can see that her sight is fixed mainly on Lolliputt.
from where it was, could I notice that it was because he spoke Undercommon?
Yes, you could make that assumption.
Are we still in initiative order?
We will come out of initiative order so that we can more accurately roleplay the actually.
Make this a little bit of a smooth talking situation.
Yes.
So, with the undercommon conversations that Lolliputt heard, would I have also overheard those conversations?
I think you might have
The mentioning of the seeding?
Do you speak Under?
I do.
Yes, then you would have heard that too.
I'm literally the only one that doesn't.
Yeah.
Do you speak
For now.
I'm a quick study. I made my
new language for the Dark Elves.
I made my spell
And
save.
Undercommon.
I made my spell save and I extracted myself from my.
So, I'm gonna.
Lolliputt just gingerly just like disappeared.
So,
out of the way.
I'll more or less.
Like
In
my
shame.
I'll more or less stay where I am, but I will speak to the group and address them in Undercommon also, and say, I'm a fan of gardening, and I overheard you mentioning seeds. Might you tell me more about this?
Isabel's just translating to you.
Perhaps if we could all put our weapons away, we can have a discussion.
But I really need to hear about these seeds. What do you mean, seeding? Seeding what?
Look around.
Seeds of chaos.
Seeing the groves in the Underdark.
Insight check.
Go on, insight check. Let me just. It's gonna be close. Let's see, actually.
She's telling the truth.
14.
23.
I got a 6.
She's also rolled a 14. So, she's difficult to read. You can't really tell when she's telling the
23.
truth. Or
23.
23? She's definitely lying.
She seems legit.
Isabel will speak another comment.
Here you go.
Cut the shit. What do you mean by seeds?
Well, you know, we've got a box of seeds and we need to reinvigorate the Underdark.
Where's the box?
Sunshine, that's right here. She motions, she points towards a pack that's in the camp, in the little camp section.
Is it in the net? Or is it?
It would be within the grass within the net, because that was kind of over the main camp part where they
I don't want to turn out like you.
I'm fine. It all worked out well.
Is this drow the drow that I saw in the
It
Orc's
is.
vision? Okay. So,
Lolliputt's out of there.
I will try once again to read the drow's mind. I'll try to be casual about it. Not that it's going to make any difference to the check. But I will start with surface thoughts.
Surface thoughts?
Having that we know that we've mentioned the seeds.
Alright. Her surface thought is, need to get these fools out of here.
Uh-huh.
Try not to be offended.
So I won't take this surface thoughts, and I will go deeper.
It was 15, wasn't it?
It is 15, yes.
Okay, well, it's a 14. So
Which sounds like a fail!
it is a fail. As you press down, all you can see is the image of what looks like a house sigil of some sort. And you can see that there's a fixation on Lolliputt in the drow's mind. And thoughts around how did that idiot find his way down here.
Okay, so that's the thing that's looming large in the creature's mind.
Yes.
Which is in front of the people in the women's.
What's its emotion? What's its emotional state?
There's anger, and you can sense some serious confusion, and a little bit disoriented with the situation that's just occurred.
Very unexpected. Okay. So I don't say anything at the moment. I just I'll keep the connection.
I'll stop standing up.
Yeah.
I'll keep the connection for now.
Yep.
But yeah.
I'm gonna have a look around and see if I can spy the box that.
By the campfire.
You see a pack with that sort of bulging shape by the campfire.
There's a pack with the box.
And yes,
or the
where the drow woman pointed.
Okay. So I'm gonna wander over there and say, "Oh, is this
Yes.
okay?"
When you say wander over,
Bring us off the combat scene so we can get back into that one.
Careful opening it. There might be something up with it. And she just glances at the drow.
Good point.
Never.
I open the bag away
She
from
laughs.
towards the drow.
Nothing happens.
It's a mimic.
I shake out the contents onto the ground.
I was going to actually bag following for a second there just because that would be hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Out tumbles an ocean.
A small box about 30 centimeters long and probably about 10 centimeters high, and it's like a rectangle shape. Falls down, plunks on the floor. It's quite a heavy box, metallic box.
Is it the box?
It is the box that you saw, yes.
So, hi, we haven't met. My name's Lolliputt, and you are.
So you have maintained this connection with this, and you get the sense that she's kind of thinking, yes, I know what your name is, you idiot. And that's where we will take a break. So we will take a short break of about 10 minutes. So stick with us, and we'll hopefully see you soon.
Let's roll for it. Will we see them soon? Oh, I failed.
Just bring us back.
Welcome back.
Guess what? Mike's not here.
Yeah,
Mike is here. He rolled whether he was coming back, and he failed, and he is not.
Now he's not here.
Yeah.
That's just powerful dice. Powerful dice.
I'm sweating for the next break. Guys, I don't think I've got it in me. I think I'm next.
We'll see you at the end of the session.
Alright, welcome back. So I just pour my drink really quick. Yes, that 10 minutes went very, very quick.
Yeah, actually.
It's probably because we sat here for 8 minutes before anyone moved.
A little
We're
peek.
like, we should probably actually go.
Just
Yeah.
before we went to break.
A little peek behind the kimono there for you.
Lolliputt asked our mysterious drow friend's name and offered his own in return. And so her response to you now is that her name is Shysandra Benrai.
Shysandra Benarai. Why does that sound familiar? Shysandra Benarai.
I just spell it how I think it's spelled.
I walk over to you.
Sandra.
And
Yep, Sandra.
Oh!
Benrai is Benrae.
Oh!
Mummy? So, So,
Oh, you. I've seen you around Lothanway Manor, right?
Yes.
What are you doing here?
Planting seeds. I told you.
Why in all of creation would you be planting seeds down here? Does Mother know that you're here?
Well, she knows exactly where I am, but yes, of course.
Is this
I answer to her.
Are you doing this for House Loft? Guys, sorry, drop your weapons. This is fine. I know this person. What are you doing here?
Is everyone
What?
dropping
no.
What language did you say?
I did that.
it?
I did that in. I was speaking to her in Undercommon, but I did announce to you guys in Common.
Okay.
I suspect that's not a great idea, Lolliputt.
I mean, we're all cool, right? I know this person.
She's very intent on you, I can tell you that much.
Like, of course she is. She works for me.
Works for
Not
you?
him. Him. What are you doing down here?
I'm being an adventurer. We're on an adventure. We're looking. Get this. We're looking for this.
Oh my god.
Really, I kind of like looking around.
Isabel's Claria. Just
We're looking for something.
I've still got the blade.
Seems apparent.
I haven't dropped
I'll
mine.
sort that out.
So, and wait a second. What am I going to find if I open that box?
Open it if it like. Don't think
I
you'll
look,
like it.
as I'm like holding the dagger still, I haven't dropped my weapons. I'm just like, open it. And if it's Miranda's blackened heart, she's the bad guy.
As he mentions Moana's blackened heart, I try to delve deeper into the mind again.
When you say the bad guy, the human woman scoffs. So it's a female mini, and that's the one I pulled out.
Yep.
About perceptions. The heart does flash in her mind, absolutely.
I reach down and take the box. And what's the clasp like? Is it like a slide back lid? Is it a hatch?
probably do a check for sigils or something.
No, Lolliputt's. He's
He's
swept
so
up in this.
powerful. Like,
It does have the Lolliputt house sigil on it.
What?
It appears to be a lock of some sort.
So, when I've turned my jacket inside out to move through the tunnel, what you guys would see is on the back of my jacket there is a big crest,
like the Belmonts.
and it looks like a giant tree in a circle, with its kind of like almost like a cross section, so you can kind of see the roots extending into the ground, and that's kind of what you're seeing on the top of this box. And so with like hands kind of shaking and trembling, I open the box.
The lock doesn't budge.
Wait, where's the key? Shassandra, where's the key?
Well, I have the key. You
Nice.
probably have a key as well. Do you have your signet ring?
I do.
Well,
I kind of place the signet ring against the relative section.
and it unlocks, and the lid sort of shifts side, twists side, slides off, and black smoke starts to pour out.
Does it
Black mist.
does it kind of give me like a sense of like rot?
It smells like rot and decay. It doesn't do anything specific to you.
Like I need to see it. I need to see it with my own eyes.
Foul abomination!
Oh.
I lift open the lid. What do I see?
So as that sort of mist sort of dissipates, you do see the remains of the artifact that you saw in Arctic's Mage Tower. But it appears that it has had several elements removed.
I slam the box shut. I kind of like stand back. What is this? Why would you be here? Why would you be doing this?
Well, we're opening the way. The return.
For what? This dead god? This god of filth?
It's but a distraction from the true return.
Lilith has no idea what you guys are talking about.
It's uncommon.
Just nothing happening.
Yeah.
Something
I'm
about
just like-
return of
Lilith was
law.
like, and I was just like,
As well as return of some god.
oh, Nagarath or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
And I say the name of the one with the seals open up.
Is there any reaction?
There's no reaction to that one. While all this talk is happening, you get the image of a spider-like deity.
Oh, fun.
Who is this opening the way for?
Why? The Queen of Spiders.
What?
Lady Lolth.
Why are you doing this? Why is my house's crest on that?
Some answers that you ready for those answers? From me?
Oh,
Would you prefer to
shit.
hear them from your mother?
My mother's here?
No, but would you like me to air your house secrets in front of these people? Or is that a private conversation you would prefer to have?
Don't look at me, Lolliputt.
I mean, I'm happy to oblige, but
So we'll take a second here.
well, if you could remove this weapon from
I-
my throat.
I don't trust you yet. I don't trust this. This is all very confusing. Lilith, and I say this in common, keep your blade on her.
Rajadaju and I like tighten up the grip and then get the blade really just like right under there that if she moved herself it would just slice her throat open.
Will I know that Shisandra can actually speak common? So I'm gonna switch over. I'm just gonna speak common now for the benefit of your lovely friend here. So Lilith, these two would
Is he
know.
talking about me?
This is the mark of my house. I point to the sigil on the box. This woman works for my mother, for my house. And she says, my mother knows about this.
Of course.
Right.
You do her bidding.
So what do we know of Loth in this world?
You can make a religion check with advantage, because you would know.
But I may have to do a history check.
You can do that as well, yes.
Yes, that is 17.
22.
Just amongst
Natural
I have lost my document.
In particular, I want to get a sense if this would be a good thing or a bad thing. I suspect it'd be a bad thing.
The way it's being set up.
So, you're aware that Lolth is the goddess of lies, secret, and deception, and is typically aligned, or you know, most denizens that live in the Underdark and are considered to be evil would probably worship Lolth. You know that the elves of the Silver Vale, as a general rule, do not, but other denizens of the Underdark, such like the deep gnomes and Duergar, probably would fall under that level of worship. But Lolth hasn't had a presence within the sort of in the light of Amar for probably 2,000 years. And most people probably wouldn't even be able to tell you much about Lolth.
So she's not
in
an
most
active
of
god in the
Yes.
pantheon.
No.
So I got a nat 20 for 23. Do I know why?
No, but based off what you've read around or learned about the alignment and the explanations of what's happened and the references of a return, you're assuming that Lolth is quite possibly one of the gods that was banished in that last alignment.
Lolliputt actively knows nothing about Lolth. And I think that there's probably been no mention in none of the house libraries. Was there any mention of her at all?
There was mention in some of the texts of the existence and the domains, but not so much any sort of deep lore that you had access to.
So I would know the name just in like that general kind of pantheon way.
I turn to Lolliputt and see the confusion on his face at the mention of Lolth and the Queen of Spiders, and I share with you, Lolth is an old deity of great evil. I know you and I don't always see right and wrong the same way, but I believe that you believe that there is darkness where there's an absence of light, and Lolth, regardless of what your friend says about different perspectives, is a creature of great evil.
Not to mention, I remember there was a tome in one of the Unsealed Court libraries. I think she was one of the gods that was banished during the last alignment that you guys spoke of.
But this doesn't make any sense. Why would my mother be trying to bring her back?
Because she worships her.
No, she doesn't. She worships Saloon.
Does she?
She worships Saloon. Shisandra, you tell her.
Right.
Yes, she worships Saloon.
Inside joke.
Would I have any way of knowing how to contact my mother? Was I given any method to do so?
No, but you know that there were sort of dark elven operatives throughout Amar that could assist you in making contact if it became necessary.
Dirty 20.
15.
Seems on the level. I can't really read it.
Do you have a way of contacting her?
Of course.
I need that now.
Well, on my person, I have a sending stone.
I just immediately go to her and start like rifling through her pockets with very little consideration for personal space.
Do you loosen the grip on the blade while you do this? No. So
That's me, like that's my leg. That's the wrong leg.
As the she doesn't move and doesn't resist, but you notice that the blade does dig in and blood does begin to trickle down her neck. You do find the sending stone.
Okay, so I am fixated on this. I kind of take it and immediately start. Hello. I kind of try to initiate the spell on it to contact my mother.
There's no immediate response, but it takes a little bit. I'll just make sure there's not actually a time limit on sending stone before I say how long it's going to take. I don't think there is.
The battery's gone dead.
Network down. Sorry, too soon.
For those who know.
Okay.
They strike again.
Now, once sending is cast through the stones, they can't be used again until the next door. Eventually, your mother's voice does respond. Yes, what is it?
Mother, it's me.
Now it's flat because it gets one sending.
What?
Sending stones have one cast per second.
They cast a spell once.
Yeah.
And they can respond once.
And then it doesn't recharge until the next day. Well, that was a waste, wasn't it?
You've been DM'd.
Perhaps you should take a closer look at your signet ring.
I turn my ring around now and I look at it. What am I looking for?
Have a close look. Do a roll an investigation check.
Mom, I don't see it. It's a 3.
Do you mind?
It's like right there.
Can I show him?
No, just show me.
What do you
No,
what's your
I'll do
outline?
She pulls up her hand, and you see that there's a similar ring. She raises her other hand towards the ring, and then
I'm sort of tighten, but I'm just like
twists and clicks it, and you notice that the tree portion of the ring lifts away, leaving below. And what do we see below?
We see where the tree and the roots had kind of like formed to make this kind of this cross section of a tree is actually the body of a massive spider.
Ooh.
And its legs and pincers kind of are the roots in the ground.
Oh shit. Get some
Are you okay,
more.
Lolliputt? Are you okay?
That should answer a few questions that you have.
This can't be right. I'm just going to sit down on the ground and soak it in. I'm gripping this sending stone really hard.
How are the
How's
others
it
in the
going?
net doing?
Dark purple. Okay, right. That's the
Yeah.
purple drains from your knuckles.
So I'll address the drow. What was her name again?
Shysandra.
Shysandra. Which I will simplify for my own head to Sandy. How can you be seeding this abomination, spreading this blight across the land? Do you not know what this is doing to creatures of the living? You surely know.
Sending them against the Empire. That's what it's doing.
You're not concerned about the impact to the natural order and the natural world?
We had him around the other way.
Gods were here long before the people. Who's to say what the natural order is?
Yes, I
Mind
mean,
is a natural part of our world.
Arla and the Imperium be damned, but what you are doing is a corruption of nature that cannot stand.
Death is a natural part of the cycle.
Yeah, we seem to have very.
rebirth on the surface. Once the Empire is out of the way.
Yes, I think not. So, trying to understand Dungeon Master with the heart having been cut into seeds, it having been distributed, and some of those having served their purpose. Would I imply that that means that the blight will stop spreading because they are the source of the blight?
You assume that you sort of can make the link that the one that you've retrieved above, or that actually I don't recall who's got it currently, but that the blight in that area should go away. If there are any others that have been planted and cultivated in that way, would be causing blight wherever they are as well. You now have, in your vicinity, the main cause of the corruption. And so if you were able to secure that, much of the corruption wouldn't be able to spread, or they wouldn't be able to seed any more corruption.
So it's a means to an end for you all.
Of course.
Thoughtless actions. And then the chieftain, the orc I saw in your mind, who handed you this. Who is that?
Oh, you don't need to know who that is. Just,
I'm asking you.
Just a friend.
Tell him, Cassandra.
His name is Grummash.
What part does he play in your deceptions?
Simply distributing resources. And she nods, she looks towards the orc's muscle. The orcs are as keen as anyone else to see the back of the Imperium.
Did he acquire the heart?
I don't know where the heart was acquired, to be honest. He passed it to me, certainly. But I don't know where he got it from.
From Lolliputt's position on the ground, he kind of like looks up. And he's come to a decision.
Tell me everything, Cassandra. Tell us everything.
Where would you like me to start?
It all started when I was born.
Yeah.
Well, it started where he was born.
What do you mean?
Well, you really should be speaking to your mother. Like, if you want.
Throw the sending stone into the fire. I tried.
Oh, dear. No wonder she sent you away on your adventures.
Lolliputt. Well, I'm holding that dagger there. I'm just like, are we just dealing with this and going to see your mother?
She's a ways away.
And we can get you there. The tunnels lead all the way.
I think this can't wait. I need to know what's going on now.
Your family, for many generations, has worshipped God. Worked behind the scenes to release her from her prison in the Celestial Bastion.
I know we're not the most religious of type. I mean, I can't remember the last time I went to the temple, but we're Selunites.
If that is what you wish to believe, we name the gods.
Would Isabel have any knowledge that it's common or not unusual to have two gods or deities?
You know that there are families that would be worshipping multiple gods. Not usually such opposing gods, but yeah, it's not unusual to have to be polytheistic within the society. So when we discovered the coming alignment and charted and dated all your ancestors did, a deal was made, and you were given powers in exchange for certain tasks to be undertaken to ensure that things went as planned. Haven't you ever wondered where your abilities come from?
Thought it was just me being awesome.
Perhaps, but there's a little more to it than that. Someone has to plant that seed, cultivate it.
You're the seed.
You don't expect me to plant this.
Well, not the heart, but your powers are the key that we require. Absolutely. When the time is right.
I won't be party to this. Have you seen what's happening up there?
No, I've been down here all the time.
It's rot and decay. Flesh
You're telling me
turning on
that
itself.
The Imperium is now representative of the rot and decay that it exudes. I'm shocked.
The Imperium is more than just this level of government that is, yes, a blight on it. It's the people within it. You've just created a second cancer for this world.
Yes, and I'll be busy trying to cure that while we release and regrow and regenerate the world.
Where are the other pieces? Where have you planted them? We've got one.
Well, there's some all over. Mostly in Imperial lands. Doesn't seem to have much effect down here, though.
I don't know, guys.
Well, we don't need them to go and find them. If anything, they'd slow us down.
Well, you know the tunnels certainly guide you through wherever you need to go.
We don't need all of them.
And you're also in the assumption that you have the upper hand here.
Yes, I suppose we are.
What do you guys think?
Well, I stand against the summoning of Loth, the corruption that they seek to spread, and I will give my life to prevent these happenings. My choice is clear. I don't really speak for the Empire. I I have more reason than most to hate and despise them. But I do not see how becoming the very corruption you seek to dissuade the world of makes it a better place.
Corruption is natural to this world. Rowan is a part of this world.
You can't look above and tell me that there was anything natural about that. Isabel got a face full of it. You can probably still see a bit of that there. Like, look, there's a bit on your collar still.
There was a bear, and there was a thing in the bear, and it was kind of like wearing.
It was very unpleasant, but
And then she was in the center of it.
they don't need to know everything.
But you were in the middle. You were like, it was her.
I think she's right.
And then the plant around the top, and then a bear around that.
That's not normal.
It just...
Word.
Well, certain things are going to happen, but in the long term.
I have one question for you.
Yes,
If we stand against this, will you stand in our way?
of course.
Well,
And I look at Lilith.
I'm all here for the good times. I mean, when it's all said and done, these are the most interesting folk I've run across in the material plane.
She's just gonna double cross
And
us.
you know, we've gotten into some crazy stuff, and Lolliputt, if you and Faustus and everybody believe that ruining this person's day is what you want to do, then it sounds like so much fun.
I don't care for the Empire. But you have no way of knowing that this damage that you've caused above here will be entirely reversible. And I will not have my house be known for this.
Reputational damage.
Isabel
You're not the head of your house.
will just walk over to the box and just hold it.
Thank you, Isabel.
No, but I
Pick up the box. Few tenses, and you can feel that sort of tension and not wanting to let it go.
I may not be the head of my house yet, but I'm the future of this house.
Perhaps.
Cassandra, you are speaking to the heir of House Lothenway. You will watch your tongue.
For a long time before you're in charge, your mother still reigns supreme.
Well,
not for long.
my mother's judgment may be questionable at the moment, so I may need to do something about that.
You're more than welcome.
I don't need your permission.
Enjoy traveling on the surface back all the way to the Silvervale, to your home.
I know a mage who might be able to help us get there faster.
What? Olenny's boyfriend?
Yes.
We have our own methods. But
Pursue
first,
your own ends.
you will tell us where the other pieces are.
She looks at the human, who pulls out a map, and she'll hand over the map.
Okay. What do I need? Should I roll an insight check to get a read on her to see if this is a deception of some sort?
Go for it.
It's a fake map.
You unroll it and it just says "fuck you."
No more!
Alright, this one was good. It's very difficult to read. It's a map, and certain parts of the continent are certainly marked as sites of interest. 3 are crossed out, as though they might have been the planning might have been done there. And there are 4 or 5 others. There are 5 others on there that are not sort of checked off as being done.
Can I cross-reference one of the points with where we made our entryway?
Make a survival check. We can see how well you can read them.
Don't mess with it.
Hey, you got your nat 20 on that one. That one's a nice dice.
Yeah.
I like that one. Do we still like it?
No, we don't.
Bit
I'm
difficult to tell.
Hold the map upside down.
It's
So that's
you're
a
looking at the map, and you can sort of see that some of the areas look like places that you've been through, but it looks like the map is a little bit old, and the land masses and some of the marked towns and things are different.
All right. That was a 6+1, folks.
If only Ishmael were here.
Where is that guy?
He's pretty good at the survival things.
While you guys were wandering past the Umberhawk, they went the other way. I don't know. Lenny just pointed and he went, and they went down that way.
Like down
Sounds about
the
right.
down the hole the Ember Hulk came from.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let us. We have what we need in so many ways. We do not have to personally attend to each of these. We now understand how the corruption is spreading. Perhaps we can seek some assistance in ending the spread of this blight as a result.
Well,
What are we doing with these people?
Oh, I can guarantee you that the blight will end in not too long, not too distant future.
well, that's
Yes, we'll
ominous.
see. What do you mean?
Oh, once the bastion is opened, then there'll be gods fighting gods. It's unlikely that Miranda can survive that. Failed last time.
So this Loth deity thing, how do you intend to free her? You haven't actually told us about that.
Well, it's a little bit beyond my entire understanding, but when the alignment occurs in, only 2 months, I believe, though I haven't been up to see the cycles in days for quite a while, the realms will become one, and we can just simply walk up and free them, if we know where to look.
And who is she mentioned Moanda, because it's Moanda's blood. Who is Moanda?
Moanda. If you would like to roll a religion check, and how much you know about it.
Do I have advantage on that? Perhaps being a priest of Eldeth.
No.
Actually, I will give you advantage on it because there is a slight link there that will work.
A very strong link. That still results in a fairly awful roll, but that ends up being a 13, which is a lot better than a 6.
So you don't know a huge amount about Moanda. What you do know is that Moanda is also known as the Darkbringer, and that he is usually depicted as a writhing mass of rotting vegetation and flesh, not unlike the sort of pulsing masses that you saw sort of falling out of the blight. But Moanda has sort of, once again, fallen out of most knowledge. You sort of know that he's the god of corruption and decay from the sort of links that has to Elder and Sylvanas.
So what I don't understand, Sandy, is why Moanda would be opposed to Loth's arrival. Did I read that right, DM? Because, yeah.
It's not so much that, they don't like each other or do like each other. It's that when they're free, other gods will try and intervene. And it'll be all out war.
What about those of us of the mortal realm caught in the crossfire?
Sometimes you need to purge what exists to create a new world.
That doesn't sound good.
Not if you're the one being purged.
Would you give up your life and sacrifice yourself?
I'm risking my life every day.
It's a dangerous business, walking out your door. Yes. Is there any chance we could dissuade you of this path?
Sworn, but
What if you swore wrong and you could find your way back to the light and we could purge the darkness from your heart?
there's no darkness in my heart.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, you would bring a war of gods here.
What have they ever really done for us? Seen the state of the world?
So it's just, you're looking for a hard reset.
Well, why not?
Chaos. Loth herself. No.
There's so many great people in this world.
And there'll be great people in the new world.
You can't guarantee that. You may think me a naive child, and maybe I was. Don't falsist, don't look at me like that. You may think me a naive child, but I've traveled to this land under my own 2 feet. I've met many people along the way. Some really, really great people. And you would see them all dead.
They won't all die.
Indiscriminate.
Many of them are dying already for no reason, just disappearing. Where do you think they go?
Why not try and help them? Why not try and save them?
We know where they're going.
Well, where are they going?
They're being absorbed, being sacrificed to their gods as they try and secure and consolidate their power for what's coming.
I'm gonna roll an insight check on that. Good. I warned you.
What was it? Because mine wasn't great at that.
It was a 9.
You win because I got a 3. That appears to be completely true. She appears to be convinced that the disappearances are the gods collecting their followers to bolster their own powers.
But evil gods, that's what you're saying.
So who have you known to disappear?
Elnest. The Reaping.
Those weren't evil.
Did you get a read on any of their deities?
Well, it's not that whether they're good, bad, or otherwise. If Sandy is to be believed, gods are bolstering their forces, and we would think sacrifice the tool of the darker or more evil gods, but perhaps desperate times mean desperate measures, and being of faith, mayhap. And I don't know whether we might know this, from a religion check kind of point of view, but perhaps a sacrifice of a goodly worshipper to an evil deity is just as appetizing as one who follows.
That's not what she said. She said
He's
the
got his
good
words all mixed up, hasn't he?
the good gods were taking their followers. They were taking their flock.
And that, I mean, it seems, I do not trust this one, but
How many people in the town worshipped Elnest?
so I think that there was a mix, but we got the sense that some of them worship Lathander, and there was no one. We didn't get any sense of. I have to check my notes. There being anyone who was part of a cult or worship.
No, they're mostly what you would consider to be lawful and
of
good
faith.
gods,
Yeah,
Pella was the main one of that town.
and that's Ishmael's god. So reaping. So all I'm saying is that if what Sandy's saying is correct, that the gods of all alignments are seeking to bolster their power for what's coming. Is that correct?
Indeed.
Which, if true, and I cast the biggest, fastest raised eyebrow I could possibly manage.
It's so far up, it went astral.
Then that is indeed concerning. Yes.
Okay, well, we have the heart. We know where the pieces are. Does this change anything for us? I mean, it changes a heck of a lot for me. Thank you for that.
No, I find it incredibly exciting. I want to see what your decision is about this situation is, though.
I don't want to see
You
her.
find everything except.
I don't want to see her dead.
If we let you go, are you just going to kill us, though?
I'm not. If you're travelling with him, no. Certainly not.
I want you to take a message back to my mother.
Insight check. That was a 19.
She seems that, loyal to the house. And as part of the house, whoever's travelling with Lolliputt under his protection is unlikely to be harmed.
Unlikely.
You tell my mother, I am not her gardener. I'm not her fertilizer. I'm not her tool. I won't be party to this. I've got no skin in this Lolth game. My only intention is to preserve the integrity of our house, what it stands for, and maybe, along the way, make a bit of profit.
And grow the coterie of heroes.
That's the profit.
Find my father.
That's a sub quest.
I'll pass your message on, but the house is what it's been working for over 1,000 years. So what you've said means you would like to help us.
What?
You want to maintain your house's position and status, and your house was built off this, built for this. Maintains power because of this.
No.
Yes.
No. And that's not, no.
Just no.
Just no. The point remains, we are not going to be doing this moving forward. And I'm going to be bending my will to ensure that does happen. I am not on board with this.
You'd best hurry.
I stand with
Got
Master
about
Lefenway.
2 months.
I am House Lothenway.
I am just
Remains to be seen.
And we might make it so. Master Lefenway has courted powerful allies. And I speak not of us.
Tell
Of
him
the many we've helped on the way.
Tell him about Tim Tam.
Okay, so there was this.
Tim's out there. Undertaking quests, collecting gold.
Getting so many levels. What level's he at now?
How much money has he brought in for the
Five,
coterie of
serious.
heroes?
Comes back, he's level 10, we're just still level 5. Like,
There's no.
Tell him you
There's
eat.
not 4 black dragons left anymore.
Tim Tam comes back and he's like got this, black dragon scale mail, and this like dragon skull helmet, which is way too big for him, but it's got to fit the
He
fur.
comes back as a Monster Hunter character.
Yes, I will give your mother the message.
And specifically that we will stand against you every step of the way.
We want to hurry home. You have 2 months, roughly. Days it up there, I don't know. Been down here a while now.
Why would we have to hurry back to the Fenway Manor?
I probably want to get there.
We can thwart your plan. It happens there, does it?
Who knows?
Well, you do.
I know just bits of information. Little bits. Yes.
Do you still have the connection up?
You do still have it. What is the timer on that? Is there a timer on that? Or is it
Either a minute or 10 minutes, I can't
Yeah,
remember.
let's have a quick bit of timer because.
Well, I will recast. I got spell slots to burn.
Just for this.
Yeah, we'll probably.
Nothing else.
Literally, it's been longer than a minute in us doing this. So
always.
I will cast again.
Alright. So while that is cast, and while she's speaking about that, you see the image of a huge, beautiful tree that is oversits a large city built into a forest, and the tree is incredibly large. It's beyond sort of comprehension, to the point where the mental image that sort of lost focus around the edges because of the sheer size of it.
Do I recognize the tree?
You can roll a history.
Gas tree.
That's 15.
15. The only tree that it could possibly be, based on your knowledge, is the heart tree in the Silver Veil.
I see the heart tree in the Silver Veil. And I share that with the group. And it's looking well.
It's looking fine. Yeah.
Not,
No.
but she'd be thinking it.
What's up? Sorry?
She's thinking about that tree.
She's thinking about that tree.
And how's she feeling about the tree?
There's a sense of anticipation, and just something's going to happen around the tree. It's going to be the epicenter of something.
I'm going to interrogate.
Expectation about it.
Expectation. Okay. But okay. Cool. All right.
All right. Well,
If we're not killing her, we're killing the rest of them and leaving her alive.
I don't care about
Well, I need that one.
That's-
as at the human. The others.
No, that's quite all right. That's unless you try to take us on. We're not going to murder anybody, Lilith.
I don't even care anymore.
Fine.
I'm gonna kick the sending stone out of the fire, wait for it to cool down, and put it in my pocket.
That is sending stone. But your mother has the other half to pair of.
It's like one of those phones that can only ring.
Oh my god. Isabella's still holding the box close to her.
We'll be
You have to use it to say goodnight to mum.
You said that you need this one. What's this one for?
She's my protection, and she
Protection from
helps me
what?
get around the place a little bit. Well, the Underdark's a dangerous place.
I thought you knew where you were going.
I know where I'm going. There's a lot of
It's a
things
human
between
being.
me and there, though, isn't there?
Does she even have dark vision?
You have no idea.
All right, let's
You can
go.
do a check. You can do a perception or a check on her if you like.
She's beneath my interest.
So
My mental perception is 18.
You have noticed holy symbols on her, and she appears to be some form of cleric.
Okay.
And you notice that there's a black disc encircled in a border of purple, showing on her armor.
Cool.
which we of course know means
She's a priest of Shah.
But no one would actually know that. But throughout all this talk, you've heard mention of the Celestial Bastion several times, and you know from your training and the libraries at the monastery that that is the divine prison where the lawful gods imprisoned the evil gods, have imprisoned evil gods, or imprisoned evil beings that cannot be destroyed.
Now, it is important to know that my dignity is Shah.
You would definitely know this. You would also know that Shah has just disappeared from existence. There's no... Within the prime material plane, you've seen no knowledge of her existence whatsoever, but well known within the fact.
The Unseelie Fae, follow Shah more than anything.
so then well I guess you have
I just say,
Isabel.
that's a priest of Shah. That's all I say.
I've not met any priests of Shah before.
No, I presume, well, it depends. Nobody worships them over here.
You worship them in this really far south.
You can say the Feywild. I told you it was the Feywild.
What's a Shah?
It's one of the evil goddesses, or goddesses of something.
Why do you think she's like this?
It's making
Like-
sense.
I thought it was,
I know by
The
proxy.
goddess of darkness.
Yeah, that's the one.
I thought it was just southern
So
hospitality.
yes, she can certainly see in the dark.
Yeah.
She's been imbued with powers from her god.
Damn, I feel like I'm the only one left out.
Okay, I guess we should just rob him and go.
She's got that stupid overpowered spell.
You wanna
She's like-
see what they've got for?
You got any good stuff on you?
Well, you don't really have much of a say in it at the moment.
Well, I feel like we have the most
Are
important
you
thing right now.
honestly saying we're letting them all go? I'm not getting to kill anybody today.
I just not these two. I don't really pick a fight with him. I guess
With bolsters.
But if he
to
wants,
kill these guys. Yeah, I mean you're fighting something.
I don't want to forfeit my life.
an orc would be a good fight.
But technically, it's not robbing them if she works for
See
me.
how I feel.
This is all probably on loan from my hand. Give me my stuff.
So in that case, I'm just like, all right, I let you go, but I get to fight one of your minions in one-on-one combat and kick their ass.
Well, very well.
And as I'm a little bit uncomfortable taking the blade off, and so just push her forward. But as I do that action, my other hand is going to try and grab something.
Alright, next sleight of hands. And we will start.
That is a natural 20.
What?
We will sort that out. But you did manage to grab a. We'll go with.
For a total of 27. And plus that is like.
You just pick the poke
For
right
now.
off of it. It's like in Skyrim when you pickpocket so good, you just take the clothes off.
They go. Hang on a second.
So
What do you do here?
what you get is.
Must have been the wind.
Must have been the wind. Someone's proud.
A small fist-sized symbol in the shape of an eye. And you can see that the center where the pupil would be is looking in a particular direction, which is to. Well, you're underground, so you probably don't know your directions very well. It looks like that the eye is oriented towards a location.
Compass eyeball. Magical compass eyeball.
And then so she's pushed over as I let go, and then the blade obviously still has her blood on it, and I just give it a lick.
I steady her. Okay. So I don't know. Just
Blood of different elves all taste the same.
Lilith, don't be gross.
Actually, it tastes like yours.
That's kind of offensive. But, yeah. So I don't know. Give me some stuff.
I don't have much. We need our weapons.
You said she's getting you around the place. You've effectively got a taxi. Just,
Yes, but she needs the stuff that she's got to get us to this place.
well, what do you have?
What's on me?
Come on, come on.
I need this.
I need it too, and it's mine.
Very well. She hands over her glaive.
Right?
Good luck with that one. Alright.
And what does this do?
Gonna keep the other one.
I don't, it doesn't fit me.
Because I don't have the other clothes.
I'm seriously hoping you're wearing something underneath that.
Of course not.
Oh my gosh, the chafe.
Wolf is just like,
It looks finely made.
So I'm like aiming this around the cavern, like, and making people kind of like duck as I do it. So it's just like shoot.
Everyone make.
Dexterity save.
It's just like shoot
Am I still
spiders or
safe?
something.
he's on their side, right? Nowhere near me. I'm just looking at you like, who do I get to fight? Who wants to fight me?
I pass. Well, it depends. I got 15.
You're fine.
Do I roll as well?
You're swinging.
Or am I?
Yeah, you can roll. You roll a strength save for me.
Great.
Yeah.
23rd.
You're fine.
Strength. 7.
As you spin it around, just go with it. You fall down, running to the ground. Everyone, including the orcs, let out little chuckles.
They're still intimidated.
It's definitely not at this point.
So,
They're just like,
while I stat that glaive up, it is the glaive of the Spider Queen.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
I don't think that's
Perfect
really
weapon
that
for
really-
a sorcerer.
No, possibly a lady.
Yeah, it'll be about shut up to the top area.
Glaive the spider queen. All right. Why's it got spiders and stuff all over it?
It's dedicated to
teeming with
Rolf. It's imbued with her power.
I suspect you don't need any more lies, secrets, deception, or chaos.
What do you mean?
I mean, surely you've been lied to enough.
You're right. Cool. So, you're gonna kill somebody?
No, I'm waiting for my one-on-one combat. Who's going to fight me? And I just sort of walk out into the main sort of area where there's a bit more space, and I just start stretching.
Alright, who would you like to fight?
Oh, whoever they put up.
Well, would you like a difficult fight, or do you want to win, or do you want to lose?
Give me your best shot.
I'll certainly fight you if you like.
If you want to die.
Let's go for it. Can I have the glaive back?
This
No.
is my glaive.
Alright. Very well. Alright, let's roll initiative. See you guys first.
Woo!
Our little duel. That's not very good. Where is she? Up close. Can't stand. I'm just going back open.
Oh no.
Oh, it's nice knowing her.
That's a chuckle of victory.
Do you want initiative?
Yes.
Does she beat a 32? Because I got 19 plus 8 plus 4. 31. Sorry. Math.
Well, either way, it's still nuts.
Have I got the right one open?
Alright, I'll let you go first. Because obviously you do. As you guys line up across from each other.
Yeah, so she comes out to fight me. First things first, I'm going to get my Shadow Blade out. And then on my turn, I'll Blade Song and just jump in on it.
Alright, go ahead.
Another Blade Song as I start to incant my things and I leap forward with gusto. Hiya! Yes, that is a 26 to hit.
That does it. Oh, I think I've done that wrong. No, you're right, you go, mate.
Keep going. And it will be Booming Blade. So you are going to cop 7. Nice. 20 psychic damage and 3 thunder damage.
3, alright.
And then I'm going to mobile move away. So no attacks of opportunity. And she's shimmering with thunder energy.
Did roll initiative for your owl?
I have.
Goes straight after me, but it's not going to do anything. I'm just going to leave it out.
We're just standing around in a circle, going.
I'll leap in.
Is everyone still in the net?
I've lost it.
Yeah, I haven't dropped concentration yet. So the orcs are
You
still
lost
like.
the stat block.
The knoll has got out, but the orcs are like this.
Alright, so she will take those hits, and I'll fix up her health in a second. But it's going to go funny. Here it comes.
Wait, did you do psychic damage on him?
I did
On the DM.
I can't stop it. Alright. So she is going to move forward towards you.
She takes 14 thunder damage.
Where have you gone?
Gonna kill her before she touches you.
Maybe.
Sorry, everybody. I'm having a complete brain meltdown.
All the alarms are blaring.
I like to think it's that, Sandy's a bit taken back by that barrage of attacks. So it's just taking some out. And Lilith's being very sporting and letting her come back.
And she just like starts walking forward. She's just like, what the hell is going on?
It's a normal Dragon Ball fight.
Yeah.
So,
Super Saiyan Ball.
we had 46 damage in total. Alright. So she comes forward and she is going to cast. Probably go with that one. Which doesn't really have much in the way of hitting you because she's got no weapon card.
Why did she pick a fight with no weapon?
So, because
She's so confident.
might not need one because she casts spiritual weapon
Oh, no.
behind you as her bonus action. So,
Interesting.
Is it in the shape of a
I can
lost
attack on this
glaive?
first one. There.
Again.
Yes. That is a 28 to hit.
Ooh, I think that'll hit.
Yes. Right. Let's just spell casting go on. For 14 points of damage.
Noise.
Force damage on that, isn't it?
Yep.
And then she is going to try and
Punch me.
punch and headbutt you.
I'm all for this one.
Yes, I love it.
The punch is a 14 to hit.
That's good.
The headbutt is going to be a strength base, so that's not going to go well for her at all. Even lower, so both miss.
I just fling it, turn her
Lock her
around.
aside and push her aside the attacks quite easily. And it's actually your turn then.
I keep forgetting. Dim light. I have advantage thanks to Shadow Blade. Swing against. Oh my god, another 19. 26 again.
Hits.
The boom blade damage is the blue one. Oh, that's very terrible on that dice. 12 points of psychic damage, 5 points of thunder damage. And then on mobility, move out. I'm going to go 30 feet so she can't get the spiritual weapon to me.
Alright.
She looking bloody?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. She's pretty hardy.
Cool.
She's pretty hardy. So I sort of duck in and just slash as I just move past, going to like the other edge of the thing.
So she will again. Actually, she'll stay where she is. She'll move the spiritual weapon towards you,
Mm-hmm.
and then attempt to cast blindness, deafness on you.
Okay. That's the
So
joke.
go ahead and roll a con save for me.
Con save. Fucking 19 again.
Oh my god.
That just saves as your vision begins to cloud over and go
Well,
dark.
what was
but
the
you
check?
manage to fight it off.
Con or wisdom? Wisdom?
Con.
Con? It's a 20.
So you just managed to shrug that off.
Strong goal. As I'm like, I recognize the strength of her spell, and I'm just like, she's pretty strong.
Alright, so that's her turn.
Okay, I'll dart ahead and try and swing it up. That is an 18, so 25.
Hits.
Oh, that's good damage. That's good. Okay, so thunder is shit.
I'm gonna
It's 2.
decimate her.
The psychic damage is 21.
21. She's looking worse for wear now as blood starts to pour out of some of those, her mouth and nose and her ears from all that psychic damage.
And then I'm going to move past her the other way, so away from the other side where the spiritual weapon was.
Yep.
20 feet, so I'm 40 feet away from the spiritual weapon.
So you see her make some gestures with her hand, and what is the component of that? It doesn't tell me, does it? And then she slowly rises into the air. She casts levitate on herself.
She moved. 12 points of thunder damage.
All right.
Lilith, she's looking pretty crook.
And she floats up.
She wanted this.
How far can she go? 20
I
feet
think
in
it's
one
20
direction
feet,
on your
yeah.
turn. She goes straight up 20 feet. And she'll turn.
Excellent. I bring the shadow blade around and I sort of fling it back this way and I'm just like, you think that will save you? And I peg it. It has a throw of 30 feet.
Yep.
Also with advantage. That is a 21.
That also hits.
Psychic damage is 18.
18.
Thunder damage is 2.
Alright. Looking pretty bad now. Looking pretty bad.
And I'll just sort of skirt around a little bit further and just be like, I will give you a chance to surrender in favor of Lolliputt.
Ankle.
Choose not to though. And the next attack will be your last.
So, she will cast on you. She'll move the spiritual weapon back into range. Use that to attack. What's that? 21 to hit.
Keyword death.
Shit.
Tink.
AC is now 25.
12 points of force damage.
Well, shielded, so. doesn't
Oh, shielded. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Alright. And then. So that's she go.
Sort of spin around, cartwheeling away.
Can you make a charisma save for me?
Charisma save. 19 again.
Save. You feel yourself being pulled in all sorts of directions, but nothing happens.
I have no plus on that, so that was actually, I needed a 19 or a 20 for that to work.
Yeah, that was banishment.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, I would have been like, ah! Oh no, new character, ladies and gentlemen. She holds it. I'm stuck back in the Feywild.
Alright, go ahead.
As I'm like, I do like the thing from the new Loki season where he's just like, and I'm like, oh, that was you, son of it, and I just peg the thing out again.
You did warn her.
Ooh, that's only an 18.
That is your AC, so that also hits. So I didn't give her a shield.
Banished to the Shadow Realm.
And that's 15 points of psychic damage
Yep.
and 4 points of thunder damage.
Still up, but she is breathing heavily. There's blood streaming out of her wounds.
Look at the sending stone, like, I guess I can just tell it myself.
Now,
Yeah, the next message is like, I guess this is normal. Guess I'll just tell her myself.
so she's not too worried because she's got a really high level cleric with her. So
Yeah, she's assuming that if she's going to go down, that she's getting a res.
she will come down, which means that
Oh, yeah,
more
that-
healing blade damage.
It's 12 points of thunder damage.
Alright, as she's coming down, she loses consciousness. Slams into the ground.
Taking how much bludgeoning damage?
Yeah, failing a death save.
Well, she was on their way down, so 20 feet. 10 points of bludgeoning damage as well. So she does fail a death save as she hits the ground.
You saw it. You
Just-
saw
just
those
try to play by
19s.
quick here.
You saw those 19s.
Didn't help that she didn't have her weapon with her.
Yeah.
Good job, Mike. Good job.
I sort of walk over the top of the corpse and sort of look down and just start pickpocketing a few things. But as I do, I not whisper, but I say, "You're very strong. Perhaps next time we will give you the glaive to make it a fair fight."
And the human walks over and does get her. And heal her. Unless you would like to try and stop her.
I'm not going to stop her, but
Yeah, no.
I am going to try and pilfer what I can.
For all viewers. Awesome. Go make
Sliding.
sleight of hand, and I'll come up with something that she's got on.
Yeah.
Based off what you're on.
22.
22. Alright, we'll figure that out for you. And that brings us to 9:55. So is there anything else anyone would like to do now?
Let's all
As
walk
she
away.
takes a sharp breath and offers a nod of respect to Lilith as she is hulked up off the ground.
I give her a nod back, and I'm just like, next time we'll give you the glaive, and we'll make it a fair fight.
She's not. No, this is my glaive now. She's not,
She'll have another glaive next time.
give her your knife. As we kind of bicker as we walk away.
It's too big to be in.
You guys are walking away?
Yeah, we're heading out now.
Leaving the orcs trapped in the web.
I've been there the last 10 minutes, I'm pretty sure.
Isabel,
No, it's an hour.
It's an hour, is it?
Yeah.
Isabel walking by Shisandra will just drop a dagger right next to her and leave.
A dagger? Alright.
She's like, you could have done this before the fight.
She doesn't pick it up while you can see, but she will eventually pocket the ideas.
Just going to use the scry you.
Give away all of the secrets.
So we have the pieces of the heart, right?
Yes.
Goodbye.
Are we returning that to your gnome friend? He wanted it back, right?
Well, I think we should keep our plans to ourselves until we're out of earshot.
Well, I said that after we get out.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
They're saying it right next to them.
Yes.
We bicker about
We should go say hi to
about the glaive.
They do return to their camp and settle.
Do you just like, well, if she had the glaive, maybe she would have wrecked me or something. I was like, bullshit.
She's really cool. She comes from the House Lothenway.
Yeah, nah, she's not.
Nah, but it's a cool. Nah, I mean, it wasn't a fair fight. You're really cool, but like, seriously.
Hey, she was the one who wanted to do it, and she's not from your house. She's a Bentley area. Whatever her last name is.
I mean, she's an indentured servant. She works for a
Terrible servant.
I mean, with the exception of yourself, Lolliputt,
Oh,
I mean,
bosses.
the House Lothenway is a big bag, if you don't mind me saying, bugbear dicks.
Whoa!
I mean,
That's very graphic, and also I'm so proud of you.
literally responsible for the summoning of an ancient evil.
Nobody's summoned anybody yet.
Well, there's time to redeem them, but
Hey.
let's just say that it's not looking real good.
Let's just keep the generalizations about Lothenways out
I
of.
excused you from it, sir.
I am House Lothenway. I am the future. I am the heir apparent for House
Yes.
Lothenway.
Yeah, to like a house, not like two kingdoms.
And Lilith.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, we should.
I don't have one of those to do it.
yes. Well, yeah, I mean,
Or are you talking about me jerking you off?
you're doing it well enough without it. All right.
Yeah, well, I'm really good at everything, aren't I?
Well, that remains to be seen, but you know, it was a good show earlier. Yes, I suspect it would be worthwhile at least presenting some of this information to Arctic. And as for, I feel like we now have a bigger problem than the Blight, though.
Yeah, your god is stealing people,
I
think all gods are stealing people, aren't they?
Yeah,
That was
including his.
We have no evidence that Aldous is doing anything of the sort.
Gods are all the same.
And I mean, let's face it, she is weakening in the triumvirate and has been weaker for some time. My point is merely that,
Oh, she's on a diet.
sure, my point is merely that we don't need to necessarily be responsible for cleaning up the Blight. I feel we understand now what what do we call them, this cult of Lolth is aspiring to do, and the mechanism by which they're doing it, and we have thwarted them in two ways. We know where they've been, and we have stopped them at least completing their plans.
What was your passive perception?
And we also know where they're going.
Pretty sure it was
Thanks to you, Faustus.
Did I do that?
Yeah, you got into our brain.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it's
yes,
the truth.
yes, you're welcome.
I think it was. So
I'm fairly sure it was.
Yeah.
So
I'll just send you something.
Ooh.
I agree with you, but yes.
I'm sorry, what?
What?
Jesus Christ, we've been, sorry. By Eldith. By Eldith.
By the Landis morning glory.
By Eldith's left nipple. Are you okay? Have we been
By the
underground?
tits of saloon.
Oh my
Have
god.
we been underground for too long? You're
suspect-
starting to agree with me. That's...
Troubling. Yes. Hopefully,
You know I'm quite mad. If you're agreeing with madness, then that means everything's gone to shit.
well, there's been a great deal, many things that have been turned upside down recently. And you're a double princess. What do we say? Princess?
Emperor incest.
That's right.
No, that. In
Emperor
princess.
incest.
In princess.
Emperor incest.
Emperor incest.
In princess.
Emperor incest.
No, that doesn't get easier to say. It doesn't get. That's. You know what? But that's fine. It's fine.
It's how he wants to say it, so let's just go with it. And then now Loth and Lethenway involved.
I see.
Isabel, what do you make of all of this?
Well, agreeing with Lilith.
I mean, what do you think Ioun is doing? Do you think Ioun is taking sacrifices?
I highly doubt it.
Wasn't that the thing you were trying to investigate? Some of the disappearances?
Yes, missing people and
That would line up then, would it not?
somewhere.
We have information to say that gods of all alignments are taking sacrifices of followers. If you are seeking members of your church having been disappeared,
Just-
wow.
As a point, you've only have evidence that the good gods are making people disappear so far.
Well, it's because we don't make a habit hanging out with all the bad ones. But thank you, Dungeon.
Traveling with someone whose house is working very hard to make this happen.
I feel like you are disparaging the good name of specifically Lolliputt Lethenway there.
Well,
I will not have you do that, sir.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
I mean, as far as we know, there's only the good gods are the only ones doing the reaping at the moment, because all the bad ones are trapped in. What did she say? The bastion?
Celestial.
Yes.
It's like a prison for
Celestial bastion.
prison for.
The lawful gods.
Well, they're the forgotten dark gods. Not that all dark gods everywhere have been sealed.
I guess you haven't been hanging around people with that inclination.
But 2 months until the alignment, according to Sandy.
It's not a long time.
It's not a lot of time at all.
How far away is Lethenway Manor from the Heart Tree in Silvervat?
How?
Oh, the heart tree sits over the top of the Silver Vale, so
Yeah.
of the city, so within blocks.
Right, so Lethenway
As one of the
Manor's
upper houses
there.
is
In the
pretty much
city and
Right.
things
The-
in the center of it.
within the boughs almost of the tree.
How long did it take me to get to the Darling Crossroads?
That would have been about a 2-week trip
Right.
overland.
Okay. So I mean, it cost me 2 weeks to get over here. If we're trying to get back before 2 months is out, we might need to tidy up some affairs around here and get a wriggle on unless we want to arrive.
We sort out the Hardware with your friends in the Imperium. I think the Sealy thing is connected.
No,
Because
where you're
somebody's
from.
trying to unleash another thing into the world. Perhaps they have to do it when this thinning of worlds happens, and that's another creature that we need to deal with and make sure the seals don't get opened.
Yes.
I mean, I personally couldn't care less, but it feels like people here don't like when super mega evil creatures are let loose upon the land.
Yes, I can't imagine why.
No, I can't.
I can. I can.
While this conversation's going, you notice might notice Charlotte just looking around a bit.
You're looking around a bit.
Yeah, just
What's wrong?
You lost something?
Is everything alright?
Where's your dagger?
She's like, ha!
What a twist.
uneasy feeling. Like we're being watched.
Watched. I look around. Do I see anything?
You make perception checks, everyone.
I'll use a dice that's been rolling 19s. That is not 19.
I got a 14.
I
got something nat 20. Hang on.
16.
Something nat 20.
something nat 20.
It's alright, I'm going to go hand anyway, because no one can possibly have perception to see what's going on. You're looking around even with that 20. The feeling persists that of being watched, and it sort of evolves into possibly being followed, but you can't see anything within the tunnels around you. And it's still more open than previous tunnels. Not a wide open cavern like where the encounter took place, but it is a bit more open, and there are plenty of places where someone could, with sufficient skills, meld into shadows and things like that.
Lolliputt was saying that the walls the things in the walls are particularly dangerous.
He was.
Should we just get above ground?
That
Yes,
would be a
and
good idea.
perhaps-
we
sorry,
need to hold our tongues about the subject
Yes.
for the moment.
To Ishvanor and to see Eleni's friend.
Okay, you wanted to go back to that.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
Alright,
I think that's our protocol.
we might stop there. So are you going to head up and you're going to rest Underdark? We're going to head up and continue travel.
I think we head up.
Continuing.
Well, we need to rest at some point, but yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, it's only like, what, midday at the moment, isn't it?
You haven't been down there very long at all. No.
Yeah. So it's up, travel for a bit of rest.
Yeah, because we've got your heart.
Is the plan to try and return back through where
You've
you
got
came in?
your limbs tiny
I'd
heart.
say yes.
Shortest path.
We shall take a break there. We'll discuss that, what I was just talking about off camera. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you all next week. Thank you to our new followers.
Cod of Hunger!
Don't
Let's
forget.
go!
Oh yes, Cod of Hunger next week because I'm away. I'll be on Thursday night. I'll be halfway up Mount Cosmico in a
that's
very thin tent.
Hey,
Very very
cool.
cold.
Mount Cosmico.
Although
Well, it's practically balmy there, right?
I will see everyone in 2 weeks' time. Enjoy Cod of Hunger next week with Andrew in charge.
Join the conversation on
Oh, and Matt
Discord.
will be there too. So don't forget our Discord, our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Redbubble.
Redbubble for the store. You want some cool stickers. We're just undergoing some changes shortly to incorporate some of our new character art by the lovely Richard.
Oh, that's just
don't
lovely.
forget,
Cheers.
For Instagram, it is
call me stupid
instagram.com/the_coastal_conclave.
You might even get inspiration. next
Follow
week.
us, like our stuff, drop a message if you like, and we will see you next week. Thank you for joining us.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye!